with the C's, got the key to life. Retro toys and comics we adore. TV and movies, let's explore. Sunday Night Geekery, it's the place to be. With Marc D, with a C, let your nerd run free. Old school vibes and stories untold. Tune in, tune out, let the magic unfold.
Everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Geekery number 175. We've got Dadman here, so you know what that means. If Dadman is here with us.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
Nah, man. Thank you, Mark. As good as always.
Thank you for being here. And Dave C.
Hello.
Hey, I think I've got a quote from Big Trouble in Little China somewhere. I got to check my.
Still a movie
clip.
I've not seen yet.
Yeah. I got to get a clip for what's Lopan's. Doesn't even. What's the most famous quote in that movie? Probably.
Oh, it's got a bunch. Indeed is one. Then he goes, "No, this really pisses me off." And he's got a ton. He's got a ton of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So great to see everyone. So hail to Gap After Dark. And Tim is here. Thank you, Tim, for remembering our buddy Clobbering Times.
I just love clobbering time.
And let's say hi to everyone else in the chat as well. We've got Steve here, Maddie's daddy. And I'm sorry about the late start time, but I had a scouting function. We had a late night Zoom call of one of our troop members became an Eagle Scout tonight, but he's away at school, so we had to do it through Zoom. That's why it was. So the only time he could do it was at 9:00. So, which worked out fine. So I just pushed this back half hour tonight, which I'm sure you don't mind. And it's famous last words. It's got to be an early night tonight too, because I have an early charity event that I'm working on in the morning. Yeah, David's laughing like, yeah, right.
Yeah. That means we're going extra half hour longer.
We'll go an extra half hour longer. Yeah. So I have we raise money for youth sports and athletes.
What's a ute?
What's a ute? Yeah. Do I have what's a ute? I gotta have.
Yeah.
I do have what's.
I think you do.
Yeah. That's under my cousin Vinny somewhere. If I kept these in alphabetical order.
You gotta do it the hard way, Mark.
You gotta do it. Let's see. Do I put it under my cousin Vinny? Do I do it under M? Where is it? Well, I know we landed on Mars. Mockingbird. Where's my cousin Vinny? Damn it.
Mockingbird. King. Is that from Dumb and Dumber? Right?
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Oh, here we go.
I want to go.
Everything that guy just says bullshit. Thank you.
Did you say utes?
Yeah, 2 utes.
What is a ute?
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. 2 youths.
Still the best opening statement in any trial ever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we're my group, we raise money for the youths. So we're doing that golf tournament tomorrow. So I'm the photographer, and I help run the putting contest, which is a lot of fun. So I get to putt around all day. So it should be good. No rain. That's the most important thing. No rain for that. Yep. And hail to the great Phantom Outsider. How's it going, Phantom?
Hail, Phantom.
Andy.
Yeah. And DJ Play Nice. Hey, DJ. And let's see who else. And Daniel Barry's here.
Oh, God.
Hey, Daniel.
You got a super chat.
Oh, awesome. Oh, super chat.
No, it's not awesome.
Why is it not awesome? Super chats are always awesome.
Not this one, but look at it.
Okay. Darth Maul lives, his master, Star Jar Jar Binks, the eloquent. At least that's how it goes in Fortnite. Hail and happy geekery. Yeah, but you'd much rather have that than Darth Maul, right? And then
Misa, JT Sale says Darth Maul lives. Misa no like Darth Maul. He died. Anyway.
Oh, poor Jar Jar gets all the hate, and then who knew years later we would get Ray, right?
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose.
Hey, I got Jar Jar Binks whoopee cushion, so he's good for some things.
It's good for some things, right? Yeah.
It's a trap!
Let's just say we'd like to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Thank you again, JT. Much appreciated. Yeah, and we were playing Fortnite. The Vader AI is phenomenally funny when you play. If you actually get Vader, you have to do a mission and I guess we'll kind of kill him first before he joins your group, if that makes sense. But God, he's hysterical. So if you watch our stream from Friday night, you've probably encountered him, I'm sure, Dadman, right?
I've only played one time all this new season.
Oh God, you got to do it. Just you got to do it. Yep.
I did recognize
if you like sparkly unicorn ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah, charity event. Spending time and money on the wife. Yeah. Well, she's away right now across the pond, so yeah, I better clean up the house by next Friday. Yep.
Oh, across the pond. Wow, she went a long way.
Yeah, she's in. She went to Paris, France. Yeah, all those fancy French people. So, Gay Paris. So, I've got the house to myself. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep it semi safe.
Mark, we should be at a 24-hour stream then, or something. I mean, come on.
No, yeah, right. If I didn't have to go to work in the morning, we definitely could. Well, we should have done it this weekend.
Work's optional.
Optional.
I thought
that's a good one.
I thought you were your own boss, Mark.
I am, but you still have to do the work, right? Otherwise, you go to business pretty quick. Yep. No, but we could. Yeah, this weekend would be. Yeah, because she's back next weekend. So, and that's a holiday weekend too. So, but yeah, well, I've got to make sure I vacuum the house and do some chores. Yeah, so I'm not in too much trouble. Yep.
Yep.
So, and hey to Brian Hepburn. And the timey-wimey limey is here.
Hey, hello.
Let's see. Do I got everyone in the chat? Let's see. Oh, Tech Arc of Apathy is here. Great. Watching Star Trek TMP on Comet TV right now. Very cool. Yep. You know, I do miss those days when you just had like the random. Well, Phantom remembers that with the 11 o'clock Star Trek on PIX in New York, and that's why these some of these free streaming services are great. You just put it on and it's like old-fashioned TV, where you get you flip the channels, or you're not putting that DVD in, you just watch whatever episode shows up, and if it's an alternative factor, you got to suck it up and watch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Phantom says, I think Obi-Wan was wrong. He never went to Washington, D.C., so I think he might be an even more, which might even be a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. I don't know about that. What would Joe? So
you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Oh, jeez.
Unfortunately, Joe. Yeah, if you hadn't heard the news, Joe Biden was diagnosed with prostate cancer today. So, yeah, I might not agree eye on issues, but F cancer, and yeah, just hopefully we can come up with a cure for cancer soon. I know it's a lot of cancers are a lot more treatable, but I'm sure pretty much everyone listening right now has been affected by it in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, F cancer, but it's pancreatic cancer my dad had. Yeah, the problem is you could never, when you have the symptoms, it's too late. So early detection is one of the keys. So God bless everyone. Yep, I was fighting that. Yep. And Tim says, Kegger at Mark's house. Yeah, I was joking with my other buddies because the wife is away with two other girlfriends, and like, yeah, guys, when are we having the keg party?
Toga.
I should make a clip of Animal House and send it to the ladies. in their group chat or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, geez, that's funny.
Yeah. And Phantoms of Work. What does it do you speak? I'm retired. LOL. Yep. Hey, Lemon Pie. Great to see you. Yep.
Hello, Citrus.
Lemon pie.
I gotta wash the rugs, get the spilled beer out, and run the air filters to get the cigar smell out. Well, I've told this story before, but we had our very first house years ago. And I'm in the basement, my man cave, which is not a finished basement, just in the basement, with all my stacks of comic books and tool bench or whatever, but wasn't a finished room. And I'm like, I'm gonna have some cigars. I'm in the basement, my own house. I can do whatever if I want. I light the cigar, and I'm all the way in the basement. It's just a 2-story little cape, but I hear this like really loud. What the fuck are you doing? Don't ever let me catch you smoke a cigar inside the house ever again.
Oh gosh.
What do you mean? How could you smell that? I smelled that the second you lit that.
It's amazing how some things travel very quickly.
Yeah. So I was like, damn it. Like, what if I open the window of the garage door? Like, nope.
So this time you're saying damn it to yourself.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Courtney. Hopefully you can join the stream. She said, "Oh, just South Park City. I'm sending you some pics on the XDM. Then join for a few. Great."
She's in South Park.
South Park, yeah. That's a good place to be.
What? There's a real South Park, Colorado?
I guess, right?
Wow.
Of course, let's be right back. Yep.
That's just wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. Hello to Jack Stafford. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Sunday Night Geekery. So we're going to talk a little bit of Superman trailer tonight. Dadman, have you seen the Superman trailer?
I saw the first one with Salad Bowl Guy Gardner haircut, but no, not the second one.
Yeah, so
the third one, isn't it?
Well, I guess this is kind of the third. I guess
another one came out.
The full,
like another one last week or something.
I guess this isn't considered the full trailer. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm clipping it right now. Actually, my computer kind of crudted out when I was trying to do it before I had to reboot it. I was trying to clip the trailer. It's Murphy's Law. But we'll talk about that a little bit tonight. I finally saw Sinners. Have any of you guys seen Sinners?
I was thinking about maybe going to see that Monday or Tuesday.
Guess I'll spoil it all for you. No, just kidding.
No, I think I've heard about it, but I've not seen much about it. I've some of the people that have said it have seen it actually like it though.
Yeah, that one's been doing pretty well, especially well for an R-rated movie. So I'm just clipping the trailer now, so we will watch that. And probably we can go over to Cosme, I think, and watch that, which would be good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to clip it here. Hopefully it won't crud out on me right where it crudded out before. Well, it's not that long of a trailer, but the one thing I think everyone's worried with is James Gunn and his funky sense of humor.
Yeah.
Just being too comedic. So, but he did have for Guardians of the Galaxy it worked, but for something like Superman, it's just got to be it's got to set the right tone, and it can't be too comedic. So, just wondering what's going to happen and what.
Nobody could be over comedic as was with Taika Waititi or
Taika Waititi. Yeah.
Did the Ragnarok one? Oh man.
Oh god. And even Hemsworth came out now. It was apologized for. It's like you're the actor, not the director. So, it's the director's responsibility to get the performance out of the actor. So,
exactly.
That's not. You can't blame the actor on that one. You're just doing what the director says. So, because once something worked, then they just went way overboard and. Too much of a good thing. You can only have so much sparkly unicorn ice cream, and then if you have too much, right,
Yeah.
Dad Man, you can.
There's no such thing as too much sparkly unicorn ice cream, but I got you.
And Tetrick says, Sinners dominated my local theater for 2 weekends, and Final Destination came out and outperformed all the other shows combined. Yeah, Final Destination has done really well. Now, sometimes I can watch those, but they just like get me so damn nervous when I'm watching them. I don't know about you guys. Have you watched any of the
I haven't
Final
watched,
Destination?
I think I watched a few of those back in the day and haven't watched any of the last couple ones.
Is that where everybody dies?
Yeah, like they cheat.
I can't watch
death.
I can't watch movies like that though. I've never been able to get into movies like that. Just
it always bugs me, the food disposal one. That's a nightmare I have, is like having the food disposal going in the sink and chopping your finger. They have one of those in one of the Final Destinations. They do have that with the.
Well, that would be to you because you're always in the food prepping and stuff like that,
right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm almost done clipping this. So clipping this trailer. Yep. So I think crypto looks really good. Crypto looks fun. But just the tone of this trailer. Well, we'll talk when we get to it. We'll talk about it. But let me get. All right, so now I clipped it. It's easy to clip to something that's only 3 minutes long. All right, so let's. I'm gonna send everyone over to. Let me catch up in the chat here first. See if I'm missing anything. Oh, it's Supergirl's dog. I do not like some of the deets I've been hearing. Well, if it's Supergirl's dog and he's on loan, I don't know. Because Supergirl did come in, was much older and didn't come as an infant to the Earth yet. All right, I think I've got everyone in the chat. I'm not missing any new peoples in the chat. So let's go over to Cosme. Let me get this loaded up in Cosme. Because it's always fun to watch this, and can't watch it on YouTube live, of course, but we can watch it. Okay, Tim is here already. Yeah. Let's see. So I think this is a different.
Lisa, Rob.
Supergirl's here. I mean, perfect.
Hey, Lisa.
Oh yeah, we got all channel members. We got Dadman's avatar too. Yeah.
What's that?
Dadman, we've got your avatar in the member chat before you had a facelift.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit on me here, so.
Oh, sorry.
That's no problem.
Okay, Superman here. Official trailer. Yeah, because we've had a sneak peek. So let me click that.
Mark, I was playing with rainbow unicorn ice cream with Grok.
Ah, there we go.
It's hilarious.
There we go. Okay, so here's the link. Tim was already there. Thank you, Tim. So if anyone wants to pop on over, we're gonna watch the trailer in real time. So you can watch it there with us. I'll say a couple things. Then we're gonna do the EFAP, every frame a picture, and talk about the trailer in depth. And what's fun too, when you clip it too, you can see some of the Easter eggs. And sometimes I don't want to know too much about a movie, but I'm breaking my rules just because we got to talk about them, and it's fun to do too. But they were like Phantom Menace when that came out. I'd overanalyze that movie so much that. With the trailer, yep. There were no
fun. That's the joy of it. Something like that, you're waiting to come out. It's the joy is over expecting.
Yeah,
and be overly positive, and wait to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, you want some surprises, right? Yep.
You just want to get a movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got a lot of people here. All right, so I'm going to roll trailer here.
I'm slow a little bit. It's coming in slow.
Damn it, Mark.
Exactly.
So Lois is interviewing Superman, but she knows his identity. And she's going to be good as Lois, I think. Yeah. Miss Lane. Sounds kind of like Christopher Reeve. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark.
Mine's Clark than the Superman.
I'm still behind y'all. I'm trying to get the thing loaded. It's computer's slow.
Okay.
Okay, there I am. Okay.
There you go. Got it. Yep. God, these damn reporters. They sound like an old bickering married couple right here. A girl with razor blade fingers. Wow. Combo's in this too, Deadman, which is great. Cleaned your boots. Now go get them. Not liking the ass. You have a dog? All right. So now you've seen it, Deadman. All right. So let's go back to our regularly scheduled program now. Hey, Big Steve. Welcome to Sunday Night Geekery. Let's see. Cronkite. Oh, yeah. Cronkite was not a good guy. Yeah. In many ways, there's a lot of stuff that came out after. Yep. He had maybe too much power, but great power comes great responsibility. And Wes Cagle, member for 17 months. 17 months.
Wow.
Damn it, Mark. All right. Let's play this. Wow, 17 months. Yep. So let's play it again, Sam.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
That gets so much mileage everywhere, not just on your channel, Mark. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's everywhere now. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I love the icon that emo that Mrs. Dadman has on her channel. Yeah. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
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 Thank you for that. It's a big honor. Yep. Jack says, I went to the first Star Wars celebration a few weeks before Phantom Menace came out. It was in Aurora, Colorado. It was so buzzing. New Star Wars finally. Yeah, I couldn't believe we're finally going to get new Star Wars after all those years. Turned to my friend, like, do you believe? And we were guessing, like, which way is the camera going to go, up or down? You know, in the first scene, usually pans down in Star Wars, right? Yeah, we're like, is he going to pan up just to switch it up? So
and also to have that great opening theme music, the iconic Star Wars opening once again on the big screen was just another thing we were anticipating.
Oh, it was huge. Yeah, so
Huge,
so amazing, huge. Yep. And RobAltis, I'm right behind you, Wes Cagle. Silver Surfer is member, 16 months. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. So
now, have you specified what your Silver Surfer member is? Is it the traditional Silver Surfer, or is it the new?
Oh my God! There only is one Silver Surfer.
You have to set an example, even in the face of stupidity.
Now, everybody that reads comic books knows that Kirby's Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Okay, just asking.
Watching it. Yep, just asking. Yep.
Superman.
Thank you, RobAltis. Yep. And Wes Cagle. Yep. Thank you. And all channel members out there.
My
Yep.
chat for 18, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's get this. Let me get my slideshow for Superman. Oh, another super chat tonight. Wowzers.
Hey.
And Midnight's Ends viewers just joined. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tom. Great to have all the Midnight Ends viewers here as we're going to start talking about the Superman trailer. We're going to do kind of an EFAP here, but here we go. Break this trailer down in depth. Yep. So let Wes Cagle, thank you. Yep. And good night, Maddie's daddies. Can't hang around, but great to see you. Have a great week. And
Nice,
yeah,
Steve.
Davina's here. Mead raid, awesome. Always love a mead raid. Yeah, and you meet people, clobber that like button if you could. That would be awesome. And if you haven't subbed, always appreciate the subs. But clobber that like button. But let's play for Wes Cagle here. Let's play. How about nerds? We got to start with nerds, right? We're all nerds here, right? Nerds and geeks. Nerds. Yeah.
Gotta play that.
I got to play that. Yeah, yeah. Where are my nerds? Well, here, we'll play this.
Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
Here are the nerds. I found the nerds.
Get those nerds! Nerd! Nerds! What?
Groovy.
So thank you for that super chat, Wes Cagle. Not Wes Cagle. Oh, we got a JT. Oh, no, I'm seeing another super chat. What's going on here?
You're getting hit up.
Getting super chatted. I'm like,
Penny's here too.
JT. Yep. I remember when I asked Clobby about Kirby and Silver Surfer. He humoured my question and knew the reference and talked about Silver Surfer for 30 minutes on his Wednesday night show. Yeah. So yeah, always. I remember those great moments, and he'd say, "Oh, my memory's garbaggio. I can't remember anything," and then he'd proceed to give you a great dissertation in only a way that only Clobby could, doing that. Not just showing how much he knew and loved those characters. So here, let's play a couple of fun things here. Let's see what do I got. Well, here's a funny Star Trek one. And how about and let's see. Well, Steve was. I don't know if Steve is still here, but we should play this for Steve.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
We got another super chat from Wes Cagle. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on, keep good. A whole stream of super chats. Come on, y'all can do it.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Let's get that 10-foot Star Trek model.
Yeah, just what I need. Yep. More Star Trek stuff. Yeah. My mom was in my room. She's like, "Where did that 4-foot Enterprise come?" I'm like, "Mom, I've had that for a while." She's like, "You sure?" Yep.
You should remind Mom, why didn't I get a Millennium Falcon as a kid? But
yeah, I never got that as a kid. Yep. Let's play some Warplans for West here.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
And I think I've got some more. I'm gonna have some more Warfare for you. Let's see. And usually we don't have this many super chats, so guys, this. If anyone's wondering what we do on Sunday Night Geekery, let's see. Where's something good with Warfare? Yep.
Burning down is the next stage. It should start at full dilation. Why has it not begun? You are doing very well. Congratulations. You are fully dilated to 10 centimeters. You may now give birth.
That's what I've been doing.
I love that episode of Worf is it's a midwife, right? Yeah. And thank you everyone. These super chats rolling in. Thank you again, Wes Cagle. Let me read that.
You got a super sticker too.
A super sticker too. Yep, yep. So let's see. Let me scroll down to the right. Yep. Yeah, Worf has all the best lines, and Wes Cagle. Yep. Tuning into your streams always makes me think of Cloudbee. I hear in my head. I don't know. Yeah, well, we always hear him. He's never far from us, and keep that memory of him alive. And yeah, go watch some of his streams once in a while, and enjoy some of those great memories. Because yep, what a guy. Yep, and his anniversary of his death, unfortunately, is coming up next month. Hard to believe that it's a year. Yep. And thank you to the dead man for the super sticker. It's some poo. Winnie the Pooh. Yep. Let's see here.
He gets excited playing with toys.
Not toys.
That's what happens when you share your toys.
It's not a toy. It's a model built to scale.
Buried that one from my memory. Jeez. But they're they're action figures. They're not toys.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the next sticker is for Dad Man. Okay, yep, yep.
Oh well.
Yeah. This is the the unicorn sticker. That's awesome. Yep. So let's
thank you, West.
Let me share my screen here. And here's so you guys can see the unicorn. Look at that cool unicorn. Thank you, Wes. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thank you. Yeah. Another super chat. What's going on here, guys?
Rocking and rolling.
RobAltis says, Worf. Such a romantic dude. My finances are low, but hopefully after our strike, I'll have a bit more quadroons. Well, yeah, don't spend it all at once. Yep. But thank you, Rob. And let's do another couple of Star Trek quotes there. Yeah.
Striking. You see the Starbucks people.
Oh, Tom is here. Awesome.
Tom.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for sending everyone over.
Stream? Were you talking about Diddy?
Yeah, we didn't. No, we're talking about we're talking about Worf. Yeah, Worf is no Diddy. Yeah, yeah.
Worf one, engage.
Yeah, Worf one, engage. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, Peachy, it's been a long fucking weekend. I don't know how long I'll stay, but I just wanted to pop in for sure and say hi for a little bit. And I see you got some other guys here anyway, so I won't feel so bad if I got to take off. But I think R2's coming in, but
oh, good.
At least I got to see some Star Trek on the screen when I come in here. That's inviting.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna talk a little bit of super. You must have covered the Superman trailer in depth.
Ad nausea.
Ad nausea, right? So just what you wanted to do, yeah.
I'll just keep on rolling with it, man. Just
Oh, Rom.
I was gonna throw up. Yeah, here's my. We got to go through the Superman trailer. I promised that to people, but let me make sure this is on slow here. So there we go. What are most people thinking on this trailer? What I get seeing some people really like it. Some people are kind of teed off by some things. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? What are you thinking of it, Tom? Oh, go ahead, Dadman. Yep.
I mean, I don't know Superman like all you guys and stuff like that, but I don't know. Just doesn't look like Superman to me. I mean, even Guy Gardner wasn't so bad. It was like all the other characters were nice, but just Superman seems very un-Superman-y. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It's different. And that overemphasis of humor and gun is coming out very quickly. And we're only in the trailer.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I didn't like, the kind of the naggy wife and hail to Admiral Teague.
Oh, she's like an insufferable news reporter from the day, you know? Which
kind of fits, I guess, right? I guess that kind of does fit in a way, and she's great at that role. But
they're playing the angle that he's destroying a lot of stuff, like they already did with Batman versus Superman. Is that the angle they're doing? Is that why she went after him like that?
Yeah, I think that's what that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we got another super chat here. Come on, you guys. I bet 1 million quattros for a Q clip, preferably the bar rodent clip. Okay, let's see. Do I have the bar rodent lined up? Let's see if I do have the bar rodent lined up. Yeah. Let's see into my Star Trek clips. I think I
rodent. Wow, I've not seen
bar
that
rodent. Yeah. Well, I do have this Worf one while we're trying to find the other one.
You're just supposed to sit here.
My son was
just sit there in the mud. Sit there in the mud. Yep. Let's see. Where do I know? I think bar rodent is this one.
Watch your mouth, hedgehog. You, bar rodent.
There we go.
That's a good one.
Thank you, Wes Gagel. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Dave, I think you're right. Yeah, so part of that can work, but I guess it's showing that he's a younger Superman early in his career, but he kind of does lose his cool there.
Very impatient, very impulsive. I mean, it's definitely not like the Christopher Reeve Superman, who had humor, who used some humor in his lines, but this one just seems like it's almost a jerky type of humor, like street comedian. I don't know. I have a bad feeling with it, but then again, it could work when you see it all in context.
Yeah. So
although I've gotten used to the Guy Gardner Green Lantern, not
looking weird like that.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I do like that they want going back to the old DC logo because the new logo stunk. It's like, well, it's so dumb to have the old.
Kind of like HBO Max. I forgot to bring that up in the video. Damn it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought that was an April Fool's joke when they came. They're like, you're going back to HBO Max. It's like some marketing genius. They went back from Max, which was so stupid because there was Cinemax. Isn't there still Cinemax?
Yeah.
Right. So
it just says Max.
Your brand.
We did a pretty good video where I helped write that explains a lot of this stupidity. But I wish I'd remembered this when we did because I'd have totally brought this up too. Because this is one of the first things James Gunn did was he took the DC logo and he changed. He's like, here's the new DC logo.
Yeah.
It's the old logo.
It's the old logo with a little shading on it. Yeah.
It's from the comics. I was just looking at the old Superman ones. Right?
Yeah, well, that's the problem because it's.
Here you go. I'll share my screen real quick.
I'll
just let me.
Oh, I can't.
Pardon me while I whip this out.
My computer, something crashed on my computer. There we go. Oh, and we have a super chat. So let me.
Boom.
Deeple 101 says, "Ahoy, all! Can you play that Scotty ABCD clip? Tom needs as part of the tier list intro. Also, have you guys seen Perry Chan's cut up of this? Yes, this is
and that should have been if they should have done something like that for the very first teaser trailer. Like I think then we'd be having different conversations right now.
Yeah, no, that I agree, and thank you, Deeple. And here's Scotty for you, this great clip, and I can get this over to Tom. Yep.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
So good.
Hello, computer.
Hello.
Yeah, Clobby would always quote that.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, he loved that clip. Yep. I was and
A, B, C, or D.
Yeah, you want
to. And hail to the great Andy Masterson, the maker. Mm-hmm. Hey, Andy. And and he would always, as I always say this, but he would, hey, buddy, he's like, can you make that clip for me? He's like, don't go out of your way. No problem, no trouble. Don't, if you can't do it, but you think you get me that clip for Saturday Night Star Trek? Like, and then he'd always, if my wife asked me to do something, I might grumble, but if he asked me, Don't worry about it, Mike. Of course, yeah, no problem. Yeah. But thank you everyone for being here tonight. Thank you, Tom, for sending over for everyone, and appreciate it.
Show this, Mark.
Oh, sure. Yep. Here we go.
There it is.
Take the overlay off it. Yeah, well, that's the old school logo. Yeah,
that's the old school logo for Superman 347.
Yeah,
so, there you go.
Well, they had that weird jagged logo for years.
Yeah, it sucked, the old logo. Yeah. Or the new old logo. I mean,
well, for the DC films and all that stuff, yeah.
It's like there's like a sticker that's getting wrapped up. Let me find it here. Yeah, where's so here's some of the DC logos.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's kind of
used to be red too, right? They had it.
So yeah, those two.
Yeah. This one's not so bad, but it's a little bit, too modern-y.
Feels 90s.
Yeah. DC publication. And then this is the worst one, the 2012.
Oh, God, yes, that was the DC, worst.
That's the worst logo. It's like, cool.
But I mean, for some reason, their sweet spot, and this goes with all their designs and all that kind of business, is right there, that 76 era. Like that mid-70s area. It feels like that's where they really nailed the look and the feeling of a lot of these characters. That's when we got the new Superman S that has pretty much been the S for longer than any other ones.
Yeah.
Right? Which we pretty much associate with Superman now.
The swoop and the star one isn't too bad, but they should have filled it in like...
Yeah, but like I said, it feels very 90s-ish or early aughts. Yeah.
It's not bad compared to the other ones.
The simplicity of this works, though, right? Like,
there's a reason you don't change your Coca-Cola font or your IBM font, or
remember when Pepsi kept doing that for years, where they kept changing their shit, and it's just like, stick with something that works, man.
Yeah. Just people recognize it either, it's marketing. Yeah,
this is kind of a new trend I've noticed, and this must be the marketing scheme lately, is to kind of take it back to go retro.
Tom, HBO, they just changed it straight to Max, right? The HBO part is gone, right?
Yeah, what they did was initially it was HBO Max, which works on two levels, because you have HBO Max, because everything was like Max Plus, kind of business with their streaming service. But HBO's sister channel is Cinemax. So you have HBO Max. And the Max is written just like Cinemax's Max. Yeah. Right? They have the little circle in there like the HBO has with the O. And when they dropped the HBO part, they did it for a couple reasons. I was told because they wanted a more family-friendly and I'm like, what are you doing? Cinemax. When I think of Cinemax, I think of Skinemax.
Skinemax.
And I'm like, well, and they're like, well, it's more of a double thing. The Max was never necessarily supposed to be Cinemax. It's like, yeah, but the problem is it works for you on a double level, right? Like you're able to at least own it and say, look, yeah, we're HBO Max like all these other streaming services, but Max actually means something in our name. It just doesn't mean, like the standard bullshit. It actually has a place there. And to me, that's what you sell this on. Who cares if it's Warner Brothers Discovery streaming, right? Because that's really what it is at the end of the day. And that was the other reason why they changed it. They wanted to signify that it wasn't just HBO. But guess what? Most people don't give a shit. And when you have something like Coca-Cola or a name brand that people know, then that doesn't matter, right? Like, because even like you go up to a restaurant and you say, oh, I want a Coke. Well, we got Pepsi products. Well, then people automatically know that you have Mountain Dew, you have this and that and the other, because they know that those are associated brands with Pepsi, right? So it's kind of the same thing here. We know Warner Brothers and HBO, us nerds do, but the general public knows what HBO is. HBO was like streaming before streaming.
Sopranos, yeah.
Well, because in a sense of, it was the first cable network, but not only that, it was the first cable network you had to fucking subscribe to, right? Where you had to pay extra money on top of, but what you got for that was a premium. You got sporting
commercials.
You got no commercials. You got first run movies, no edits, all the swear words, all the nudity, all that stuff involved. And then they started doing their own original programming, which eventually led to, as you just brought up, Mark, the premium television shows like Sopranos and Deadwood and all this kind of stuff. And they kind of invented in so many ways, and we're ahead of the game of what streaming has become now. And it's like, to drop that aspect of your service was fucking retarded, pardon my French, because that is the dumbest thing in the world. It's like, you know what? We're going to do McDonald's, but we're going to drop the Mick part.
Yeah.
We're just going to call it Donald's.
Donald's.
Because we don't want to associate ourselves with the Irish. That's what it kind of feels like. Are you that fucking retarded?
Mickey D's would have been better to do that.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, even to drop the Max would have made more sense just to call it fucking HBO. Like,
HBO, yeah.
Because even Script Doctor wrote their perfect ad line. It's not just streaming, it's HBO. Yeah. Go back, and this is what I'm saying. This whole retro thing, and it works for us because we grew up. We were a generation. You guys and us were generations that grew up on fucking television, right? We know all the gimmicks. We know all the lines. Where's the beef? We say these things.
Yeah, it did. Ancient
we
Chinese
know them.
Secret.
Exactly, Ancient Chinese Secret, right? Exactly. We remember it's not just cable, it's HBO, or it's not just television, it's HBO, right? So you can bring that back. You can go back to that, and it gives you a warm sense of nostalgia at the same time. And that's what you're trying to sell here. You're not just selling what you got on your premium network. You're selling that nostalgic aspect. And when you say HBO, that's what people think of. We know when we turn on HBO, we're going to get premium first-run movies. We're going to get these great television shows. You're going to get funny TV shows. You're going to get really great dramas and really in-depth documentaries and great sporting events all the time. That's what we think about when we think of HBO, and that's the experience that we're after. The other stuff is just icing on the cake, right? The other stuff is we're glad to have the Discovery shows. We're glad to have the Warner Brothers catalog. We're glad to have all the TV shows that go with the Warner television stations and all that stuff. That's great. But at the end of the day, HBO is what's going to bring people to the table, and they were smart to bring it back.
Yeah, plus I'm sure they do marketing surveys all the time, and people don't know what the hell Max is, right? So, and Max is the number one dog name in America too. Oh, and thank you to the Dead Man with the $2 super chat. Says I miss the old Warner Brothers logo from the 70s and 80s, and I also miss that damn Warner Brothers store. That was a great.
You miss the worm. The worm. I have a. I don't hate the worm, but. The Warner Shield, I was glad they came back to that.
Look at Soup Can's comment there, Mark, about Disney.
Oh, let me get catch up to the chat here now. Yep, because I want to leave that super chat up here. Yep. Let's see, what timestamp is on that one so I can find it. Yet
it's not far back, just like 4 or 5 above JT.
Let's see. Oh, Disney barely changed their logo over the years, and it's is Disney's signature until 2011 when they dropped the Walt. That's insulting. Yeah, it was Walt Disney Studios. Yeah. So, you don't want to change that stuff, right? Remember
one of my the logo he's talking about? Sorry.
Well, let me say Walt Disney, and then they just got rid of it. I think
because I don't hate this logo, but
let's see.
Oh, that's the Warner one, isn't it?
It's the Warner Worm, yes.
The old Warner.
The Warner Worm, yep.
What I associate this more with, and I wish they would have done, is stuck this with Warner Music and kept this for Warner Music.
Okay, yeah.
Gladly kept the Shield for the other one, but
let me test that man's knowledge. Do you remember how you go to the movies and then all the production companies would have their little logo, like a 2 or 3 second image would come on, like Mandalay Bay would have the tiger. What was the one with it was not the unicorn, but it didn't have the
thinking of Pegasus with TriStar.
The Pegasus. What was that?
That was TriStar.
That was TriStar. I could not figure that out.
They got bought up by Columbia and Sony. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember used to trying to guess all those. As soon as it came on, you try to guess it before the company would come on.
My favorite one of those TriStar logo openings was for the movie Another You with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
Ooh.
Because Richard Pryor's like, what's this? A horse fucking wings? What the hell? Jesus Christ! Fucking white horse!
Right?
Yeah. And then, of course, Universal has the world going there. Spinning.
Yeah. And hail to Donnie. Hey, Donnie. I always love telling this story, but one of my best buds, Rob, who's since departed, unfortunately, but he was a Coke addict. Well, I should rephrase that phrasing. He loved drinking Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola in glass bottles, especially from Mexico. So this was in the 80s when, of course, they probably one of the biggest marketing disasters of all time, comparable to this stupid Max. But even worse than that was when they got rid of Coke because Pepsi was making big time inroads. So like, oh, the marketing group, let's change our formula, which has been around forever.
Yeah.
So people were buying up the old Coca-Cola, and my buddy was, this was like serious shit to him. He was, it pissed me off, but I wasn't, a Coke addict. And so we're up at summer camp. We were scouts, right? I'm like, Rob, I just turned on the radio. They're bringing the original formula back. They're bringing Coca-Cola back. And he looked at me like these dead serious eyes. And he was a smaller guy, but someone you don't want to mess with. Like he knew he was good in karate and wrestling. And like, he was like Wolverine. Like, don't F with Rob, right? He's like, Mark, he looked at me and he's like, you better not be fucking joking. I will fucking kill you. If he's looking like, Rob, we're really good friends. I would not joke with you. I heard it. Thankfully, it wasn't the internet back then, where it could have been a rumor. And that was one of the happiest days of his life when they found out. He found out they're bringing back the real Coke or the original formula. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Dr. Pepper's surpassed Pepsi. Yeah, Dr. Pepper's kicking some serious soda butt right now. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Pepper's the only one that has alternative flavors. The Dr. Pepper Zero, Diet Dr. Pepper, all of them taste just like Dr. Pepper. I mean, you can tell the difference, but it's not like all the other diet drinks that are so much different than the regular brand. But that's what Dr. Pepper is so great. By the way, I do have a can of new Coke sitting over here.
The new Coke?
Do
they still make the new Coke?
No, I don't know, but I mean, I kept it from then.
No, I wonder if they went back. Did they?
Yeah, they went back.
Well, but for a while they were making the new Coke.
They kept it. Yeah, they
had like Coke Classic, or didn't they do like Coke Classic or something?
Classic,
yeah.
But it's odd.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll open it up and drink it.
Yeah, so this is marketing geniuses here. Like we're talking about Perry Chan's reworking of the Superman trailer, which we'll get back to going through. But yeah, look at, they were HBO, then it was HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Max, and HBO Max. But at one point, you had HBO Go, where I think was the mobile version. There were two different mobile versions, or was it HBO Now? It was totally
HBO Now and HBO Go were the two original mobile versions, and then they all conglomerated under HBO Max, which is when they switched to Max.
Then they went back to Max. But why did they have HBO Go and HBO Now? Were there different?
One was connected to the cable company part of it, and the other one was like just its own streaming service. But basically, HBO Max made both of them obsolete. So when they soaked them up and all the customers then got switched over to HBO Max, that's the same time they switched the name to just Max as well, which is weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I'm in the Northeast, I had Cablevision. Yeah, so you could get, that was HBO Go, I guess.
There's one you just had to have like your cable info and you could sign right into it. Yeah, and then the other one was like its own standalone app kind of thing.
Totally standalone. Yeah. Now some of the apps they still do have that, where you can like sign if you subscribe to like, HBO through DirecTV. I think you get now HBO Max for free. If you want to use the app.
I think they still do recognize that, but it's basically the same thing. Yeah. So what a dumb. And this is funny because they were sharing this themselves. These were great. Yeah. So they were totally owning this, right?
They owned it, right? Yeah. And when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, April Fool's joke or what's going on? Yeah. And then Paramount here, all these Paramount 2021.
I called them out on this though. Did you see that?
No.
Paramount Plus, they're a bunch of friggin' liars. They forgot they were CBS All Access for the longest time before that.
Oh, that's right. They were CBS All Access, right? Yeah.
I was like, you tried to do the thing and you failed to do the thing, and I retweeted it with a picture of CBS All Access.
That's right. Yeah, it was CBS All Access, dummies. Yeah. Yeah, Prime Video.
This was good. And they redid this one. Did you see the HBO one?
The HBO one through it?
Yeah, I was going to say the HBO one was better because you even have little HBO Go or whatever in the background.
Let's see if I scroll down the person's article.
Well,
this is an article. Yeah, this is an article
there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got it here. I might have saved it.
See if you got it, yeah. Well, that was a good, that was classic, yeah. Yeah, bunch of dummies. Yeah, CBS All Access. And hail to Professor R2. Hey, if R2 is here, that means we've got to play this for him about with the droids here. Let's see.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose.
R2 would never do that. Yeah. Remember us? Mikey Spock, yeah. Oh, do anyone want to play some Mikey Spock clips?
No!
No.
Don't do it!
Don't do it.
Okay, here's the HBO. All right. Hang on here. Let me... Well, share the thing I got on there now first. This is another one they posted, but I did the voices for it because they didn't have any audio for it.
Just Max. Yeah, HBO Max. Max. HBO Max. Max. HBO Max.
Oh, it was a random voice. And hail to Professor R2.
Hello. Hey,
hello. Hello.
And then here's the Superman one.
Here, let me let's see. Oh, here we go.
And they got HBO Go in the little background there.
Yeah. Right.
Awesome. They posted this. That's what's so great about it.
They posted this one. They owned it.
They posted this James Gunn one here. This is what's great.
On HBO Max. God, we're calling it HBO Max? What? Is it calling HBO Max again? Yeah? Wow.
Is that going to be announced at the upfront?
That's good, actually, but I didn't know it was happening.
That's good.
And they had this one where they said the only thing they did wrong here, instead of the bird. Hey, how's it going?
I'm in the middle of the darkness.
We see that.
With a headlamp walking my dog, I can't see anything.
They should have switched this bird out for Tweety Bird, though. I think it would have been funny.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
the one you already showed.
Yeah, changing the voting on the Pope, voting on the name change.
Name, yeah.
Ain't I a stinker?
And this is another one where they added a good one to this because they went and clipped all these together, which is great.
Is it HBO Max or just Max? I think it's just straight Max.
HBO Max is out, is it?
It's gone.
Why would you remove the biggest part of the branding?
That's not a better name.
And everybody get HBO Max. No, I'm sorry.
HBO Max. And get HBO.
And get Max. It's Max.
And get Max. Boom. It's just Max.
It's called Max. It's a guy called Max.
Max. My brother.
Max, that really rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Just what we needed, another network.
I can't get used to it.
I just want everybody to know I'm changing everything that says Max to HBO Max.
Is it HBO Max or just...
And they posted this. Like
they
Max
posted
did. Yeah.
They owned it. They owned it.
They totally owned this whole thing all day long. They were posting shit on all their X counts. Yeah.
Yep.
So I got to give them credit for that. That was cool.
I mean, it's like the new Coke, right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
God. How dumb can you be? And Wes Cagle, what are you doing? $20 super chat. My goodness gracious. Wow. He says, every time I hear the theme song for All in the Family, hear Archie saying some lines or see a... There we go.
Guys like us, we had it made.
Those were the days.
Oh, what a great show. And Wes says...
I can't get that high.
You get that high, yeah.
Guys were guys and men were men.
Oh, well, don't say that. My God, you get me in big trouble.
Say we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare state.
You remember all the words?
Everybody pull. It's my dad's favorite show.
Someone pulled his weight.
Yep. G.R. Old LaSalle ran great. Those were the days. Oh yeah, great.
Oh yeah.
You shut up, you meathead. You shut up, you.
Would you shut up, meathead, you?
It's filmed before a live studio.
Would you stifle yourself, huh?
Stifle, it's stifle. So, oh God, Wes, thank you so much for this. Is nice comment here. Says, I think of my dad. Yeah, he loved that show. He's gone 2 years now. God bless him. Yep, I miss him as much as when he just passed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one that's going to be tough for me when I lose my pop because that show says so much about us. It's weird because we're kind of reversal the roles. I'm more Archie and he's more meathead, but and I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all. But he's like full blown like lefty liberal, like Trump is a Yahtzee kind of person. It's really strange to see that. But, yeah, and I'm the one that's just like, I don't want to hear it. We're sick of all the immigrants coming in the country and taking up all the good stuff.
Walter, say hi before I shut the door. Walter, say hello.
Oh, it's like Walter. Yeah. Hey, Walter.
Hi, buddy. Come here. Say hi to everyone. He's like, we're back in the car. Oh my gosh.
So tired.
He is tired. Do you like his little he's grunge today. He's got his little flannel shirt on.
Very
I don't know if you can tell.
He's not looking happy there.
No, he doesn't want to be back in the car.
A nap.
And Mark, I sent you a bunch of things on X.
I shall check that
There's
out.
a couple of videos and some pictures from the South Park city, which was very cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yep. Cute little Walter, the soup can. Yep. And and JT Kirk, another super chat.
Boom.
Says, does this mean all the hotels that we have HBO on their sign need to change it to HBO Max? Yeah. Or they just changed it, or we have Max. And now we've got yeah, thank you. Thank you, JT Kirk. Yep. So and Dadman's got to head out now. So
sorry, just
down in the
day.
Florida heat. Oh no,
Yeah,
it's
the
all
mowing
good.
got me today. So, but no, thanks. Just wanted to pop on, make sure you're not alone, and you got a good crowd tonight. And thanks for all
let me
the
put your plug your channel, so don't go anywhere for 2 seconds. But I'm gonna plug Mrs. channel first. She's the one that's much cooler, and she's monetized too. So
exactly,
yeah.
Go support her first. Absolutely.
So our friend Dadman's much better half. Go check out her crafting channel. I guess I can call it crafting channel.
It's everything. She does some
everything.
gaming, some just crafting, but the main thing's Monday to Wednesday, and then Friday at 10 a.m. The morning musings with Mrs. Get your daily dose of positivity. It's all over the place. So that's that, and then she does bot builds, and diamond painting is what she's all into now. So she's trying to build a bank right now, which is a birthday present for a relative we've got coming up this week. So she's been busy on that. So absolutely.
So here's her channel. All right. Well, say hi to the missus. Everyone check out. I put her channel first in the private chat. I got in the right spot.
Yes, I know. I saw that. Yeah, but yes. Yes. Thank you, Mark, as always. So appreciate it.
Yep. Take care. Have a great week, that man.
All right. Let me make sure I get on the right StreamYard. All right, guys. Catch y'all later. Y'all have fun. Catch you later.
Later.
Have a good one.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez. Where'd they go?
Right there.
Oh, screw you.
That's Dadman's wife saying where'd they go? Like right there as he gets annihilated on Fortnite. Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm sitting in a spot where I have service, but I'm going to lose it about a mile up the road. Do you want to show some of the South Park things?
Yeah,
or you can just show them later.
Yeah, let me. You sent it to me direct.
South
okay,
Park?
here.
They're all in. They're all in.
Here we go. Yep.
I don't know how you can share them, but they're all. There's like there's short videos and pictures, and this is the city. They call it South Park City, but it's in Oh, I can't think of the name of the town now. Fairplay, Colorado.
Yeah. Let's see if I can open link a new tab because I don't want to give away some of these. Can I open the video in a new? Let's see if I make it full screen. Oh, here I can do that. Let me do this. I'll pull it over.
Sound, I think, for some of them.
Let me go here. If I make this full screen, there we go. I can handle this. I'm a YouTuber like Mexican Iron Man.
It would take me forever.
I could do this.
It just took me 20 minutes to send those to you.
And Paulie's here, the great Latino slant says, Tom, why does it always have to be Tom?
Sorry.
Because Tom is great, right? Yeah. I hope you had a great week, Paul. Oh, let me share. Should I share audio on this? Or it's
Yeah, you can share audio. Yep.
Share audio. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is South Park land, I guess, right? Yep.
Going down to South Park on a ham myself time.
They might be out of order.
Friendly faces everywhere.
South Park City gift shop. Cool.
I don't know why that. I don't think I meant to send that one. There's a bunch.
I'm going to minimize
embarrassing on it.
Is that next to the shitty walk?
Shitty walk.
Damn Mongolians.
Goddamn Mongolians! Every time one of us Chinese try to build a city wall, you guys come and knock it down.
Damn it.
Some of these are just short little shots, but they ended up being videos. So.
Oh, that's cool. Ha jokes
That
on
is
them.
cool, yeah.
And then come this time, I'm gonna pour hot sweet sour sauce all over there. I love that show. It's my favorite show of all time.
Wait till you see the one. There's some funny stuff.
Okay, let's. I clipped the darn thing off by accident. Here we go. There we go. Okay, South Park food bank.
Yeah, this is a picture.
No parking. Yeah,
Sally Struthers run it.
Yeah.
Do you want to run a food bank? Sure, we all do.
Are you going from the bottom up of what I sent you?
Well, I don't know, whichever way it goes, but here.
Yeah, if you go from the top down, I
think that's why I went.
Okay, is that the same?
It looks almost like the same one. Yep.
And there's no
That's
sound.
okay. No one minds.
God, that's weird how eerie it does. They clearly use this town as obviously a basis, right?
Yeah, and I was trying to get the mountains in the background because they're all snow covered.
That's what it looks
really
like.
pretty.
Yeah. That's great.
There's one where it looks like I'm going down an alley.
Here I got. I'll do that
Because
one.
my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong now, Courtney, because like there's a North Park.
Well, I'm in Park County. I know that. So.
We gotta work all day.
But there's not a South Park, right? There's a North Park, but not a South Park, right?
Back alley in South Park City. I don't know if we'll see anything back here.
I've never been there, so that's why I asked.
Kind of creepy.
Bates Motel.
It reminds me kind of like Bates Motel.
Like I said. You said it before
honestly,
me.
I hadn't listened to it. Honest, yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, that's a creepy hotel sign. These are just a couple of pictures of the hotel that I just thought, because it looked really neat. I was starting to get creeped out as it was getting dark. Though it was it's a little weird back there.
A little weird, yeah.
They were just cool with the clouds and stuff. And then the next one.
Twitter, you can't just scroll through the.
I know, and I had to send them one at a time. They wouldn't let me select them all. There's a Bigfoot. I just thought that was funny because
that's cool. Yeah, welcome
Colorado.
to Fairplay. Yeah.
It's not Man Bear Pig.
Man Bear Pig. Yeah.
Super cereal.
Super cereal.
Oh my God, my sister says that. Super cereal. Like for cereal.
You guys won't listen to me about Man
I
Bear
think
Pig.
is this the video? Or this is
you got
the
the
picture?
puppy.
That's Walter. Yep. I like that on the sign.
You got
the sign
Mr.
there.
Hanky in there. That's cool.
Yeah, you'll see it.
Picture.
Closer up.
That's a good picture, Courtney.
There's a video
Good boy.
of it
You've
too.
been brushing your teeth.
Walter was like, "Where are we?"
JT Kirk thinks I do the best City Walk owner impression. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you for that super chat.
Mongolians. And the aliens.
Fairplay, Colorado. Yeah.
Hey.
And this.
That's cool. That's so cool.
Turn around the corner, we're gonna see. Howdy ho.
Howdy ho.
Information there. So.
North Cackle.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure.
Nice.
I just remember there was.
Wait,
South Park doesn't actually exist, but.
We've got the roster trading post. Some familiar characters.
I love how it's sticking through
Chef
his eye.
in the window.
Bastards! You killed Kenny.
Some beautiful
That
flowers.
was right in there.
It's easy.
You like fish sticks?
Nothing's creepy. Don't get me.
And I love the way South Park started. Didn't they do like a Christmas commercial and they just sent the video to friends like Matt and Trey?
I saw the first episode at Spike and Mike's Twisted Animation Festival in Boston, and that was the one with what would Brian Boitano do?
Yeah. But they sent the very first video they made was or episode, if you want to call it that, was like just something they sent to friends.
The Spirit of Christmas, I think it was.
Spirit of Christmas, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then they did another short a couple of years later, and then they got the idea.
Which ostensibly was more like the pilot-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Because the second one went viral on the internet, and that's what.
Yeah, it was like perfectly timed with your internet. You're 100% right. Yeah. Because I think didn't they bust who it was? I think it was George Clooney, wasn't it? Was that who it was? I think they made the video for, because they did eventually come out and say who it was, because it was a celebrity they made the original video for who commissioned it. I think it was George Clooney, if I remember.
Clooney, yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, I was just thinking of the J-Lo one. Taco flavor kisses.
Because wasn't he one of the first guests on the show too, and they had him do the dog voice or whatever?
And how many years?
And he's in the movie too. Yeah.
Yeah. How many years has that show been on the air now?
Oh fuck! That show started in '96 or '7. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Some of those buildings that were there, like one of them was from 1901. They're really old buildings there. And that's Chef. That was another picture of Chef in the window.
And of course, he left the show when
they have chocolate salty balls. Yeah, him in the Scientology bit.
Scientology, yeah, they get in a fight over that. Well, thank you. I think that's the last picture.
But I'm so glad they did that, because if it wasn't for that, I'd have never known how batshit crazy Scientology was. Because I just thought at first, no, I'm not even kidding. Like, because nobody really, for the longest time, nobody really knew. And there was some, like, rumors that it was weird and very cultish. But I just thought it was people who followed the idea of, like, evolution/science as more of a religion than believing in a deity. Little did I know it was even more crazier than that. It was, like, about following aliens and some Xenu shit and all that. Like, I learned all that from South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and L. Ron Hubbard, allegedly, he had talking to friends, like, I'm going to invent a religion and watch what happens. So, if you've watched the Leah Remini, what's it called, Escaping Scientology, or
and that just solidified a lot of it.
So
and I've even met people since then who have been in Scientology and have confirmed a lot of that crap. I
mean, I'm sure for like the Tom Cruises of the world, when you're the number one guy and you're paying all this money or getting a ton of money, it's no problem. But if you watch that series, Leah Remini, oh god, it's eye opening. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The worst part is when you're disowning family members and other people. So he left. The chef left the show after that episode.
Well, and the rumor was it wasn't even because of him. It was more so because the Scientology people got involved.
And all the people that they made fun
they made
of,
him leave the show.
Then he leaves. Yeah.
And they had the boat off in the ocean. What was that? I can't remember the name of L. Ron Hubbard's boat, but yeah. It was just, It was just the sea. What they call the Sea Cadets or something, or it's quasi-military. Yeah. So
you can thank Scientology for Kirstie Alley not coming back for Star Trek 3.
Was that?
That was.
Yes.
And what was the reason?
I always thought it was because she was on Cheers. I didn't know that.
Nope. She was told not to go.
Because wasn't that about the same time she went on Cheers?
Mm-hmm.
I always just thought it kind of corresponded with that. I could be wrong. I guess that's why I always thought. I just never looked into it. Okay. I mean, I knew she was in Scientology later, especially during the Look Who's Talking years and stuff like that. But because that's why her and John Travolta were in that together or whatever. But.
Yeah, he's a big time Scientologist.
And that was one of his comeback movies. Yeah, people forget that, how big that fucking movie was.
Oh, that was huge.
And how it brought Travolta back for a couple of years until he became a joke again with Look Who's Talking 3. Came full circle. And then the year later, he does Pulp Fiction and makes another comeback. Like, he was the comeback kid of Hollywood like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, man, with the Pulp Fiction too, I guess, right? That was
that's what I was saying. Yeah, like because in '89,
$5 milkshake.
Yeah,
got any whiskey in it?
I don't know if it's worth that, but damn good milkshake.
My mom wanted to go see Pulp Fiction with me. I'm like,
no.
I'm thinking, I'm like, she's like, I want to see John Travolta dancing. And,
oh my goodness! My mom took my brother, who's on the spectrum, to see Brokeback Mountain. She had no idea what it was about. She said it was the most awkward moment of her life.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say.
I'm pretty far from
Did I tell you guys that story on here about Brokeback before? I know I've told it a few places, but like when I worked in the video store at this one place I worked at, I had a buddy who'd keep getting like screeners and stuff for like the Oscars and all that business. and he got Brokeback Mountain like a month or two before it came out. So this was before anybody knew what the hell it was about, right? So, and if there was movies I had like that, I would just give them to my mom because I was like either not going to watch them or just not going to get to them anytime soon. And I just remember giving my mom a couple movies. I'm like, oh, and then there's this one here. It's like a Western with, I think Heath Ledger's in it or whatever. And she's like, all right. Well, then like about a month later or whatever, when the news starts getting around about what this movie's about, I'm like, oh, shit. And I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, did you watch Brokeback Mountain yet? She's like, yeah, I watched it. I'm like, oh, shit. She's like, yeah, it was interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, Lisa's saying here, yeah, LOL, Mark. Saturday Night Fever is way worse for your mom. My parents took us.
My
to
mom
see the PG
loved that movie.
Yeah. Well, my mom, very Catholic family. She took us to the PG-13 version of Saturday Night Fever, and she was still
PG
pissed
version
at that.
or whatever. But yeah.
They made a PG version of Saturday Night Fever, and
Oh,
Grease.
gosh,
My God,
didn't exist yet, but yeah.
Yeah, the
Grease was my
controversy over
favorite.
Grease. Oh, Grease was a huge
Well,
controversy.
and the only difference between the PG and the R version of Saturday Night Fever is, and they just cut out the grape scene.
I don't know.
My mom had me watch that whole
I was
thing.
never allowed to watch the R version.
They dropped
You
the
never
N-bomb
seen
in
it?
Saturday Night Fever too.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think that got them the R rate because I think there's like maybe one or two F words they might have got out of there. But otherwise, my understanding or memory from that is the only thing that's different really is that they cut out the grape scene, which makes no sense then as to why the girl kills herself at the end. You're like, okay, because if you see that version, you're like, why did she do that?
Gosh, you know, when I think about the 80s,
Thank you, Six. Thank you. Thank you.
When I think about the 80s, I was Madonna at least 2 years in a row for Halloween. And I'm talking like, I mean, she looked, you know, I dressed like Madonna. Well, Cyndi Lauper wasn't so bad, but some of the, you know, they let us do anything in the 80s and watch any movie. And I'll never forget, like, Grease. I wanted to be like Sandy at
Grease
the
was
end
so
so badly.
controversial.
Tell me
Yeah.
about it, stud.
Oh, Grease was so. Yeah,
Oh,
I love that.
the moms and the story, like, you know, there's just all the songs, but
yeah, but I
let's
mean, the
play-
context is what she's talking about. And like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
It
the
was like-
context is like, yeah,
'cause,
once
you know,
you
but the
get it-
beauty
dig
of it
into
was is they knew we were safe to a point. Like they knew it was some adult themes and all that business, but at least they knew we weren't going to be getting. It was so difficult for us kids to get our hands on like any hardcore porn or anything. You know what I mean?
anything.
Oh, yeah.
So like back then, it was a little bit more regulated in a way. Like, yeah, so what if the kids watch RoboCop, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of where my dad got to a point with that stuff too. My parents never really bothered worrying about it unless there was too much sexual or drug content in it. They weren't too worried. Like
Yeah, my
violence,
parents
as long-
didn't care at all.
as long as I understood the violence wasn't real and all that kind of, you know what I mean? Like that's what they were mainly worried about. But,
There was definitely a separation of, you know, this is reality. This is the ridiculous show you're watching, you know, ridiculous movie.
I don't know. My dad bought my brother. I swear, my brother had to have been like 4 or 5, and they used to love all like Enter the Dragon and you know all the Bruce Lee movies and stuff like that. But he bought my brother like real deal Chinese stars, and he didn't live there at the time. He was out of the house at the time, but he was like, you have to keep these, you know, like you don't. They're like collector's items. But he's telling like a 4 or 5-year-old that my brother used to chuck those things at me, like seriously, throw Chinese stars. I mean, they were sharp. AF,
we used to be
is
able
all
to get
I'm saying.
that crap at fairs and stuff. What are you talking about?
No, they were the real deal. And then he bought my brother.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Rambo,
The Butters
Rambo.
episode?
Yeah, well, that was what's funny about that is by the time you could tell that's the thing is like South Park was getting to the point where these guys were clearly just, you know, reliving their childhood because like you couldn't do that shit no more. But yeah, back in the day, you'd walk into a fucking fair, especially these seedy ass fucking fairs, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nine.
And
Then
there
when
was
we
no
were
way
younger,
you
you
weren't
could buy
walking
all
out with
that
like a
shit.
butterfly knife or a fucking nunchucks or a sword or some shit, and your
Yes.
parents get pissed, and you're like, "Where the fuck did you get that?" Or some massive like Bowie knife or some shit. Like I bought it over there for $15.
They had a place called the Bazaar, and it was like an indoor kind of. It wasn't a flea market really. Well, kind of like a flea market, but it just was like everything. And they had stuff like that. I remember you could go in and get like any, I don't know, like all these weird, like I was really into Motley Crue in 5th grade. So I would go and get like all this like metal stuff. It was basically like a big, huge like warehouse type thing of like I hate to say white trash, but it was like white trash greatness in there. Like everything you could find.
10 seconds to love.
And then they had
I gotta play this
karaoke
for 6
video
here
thing.
for her sticker.
ahead.
So let's play.
Superman.
Thank you, 6, and also here. Let's get some toast tonight.
Would you like some toast? Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast.
And thank you again,
Superman.
6. Yep, and JT is definitely not getting a cut. No. In the chat, I'm laughing about that. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you again for that. And the other fun story I would love to tell my mom. We're watching Dangerous Liaisons, and I don't know, like sometimes your high school buddies come over. You guys have maybe heard this story before. Your high school buddies are over, and you're watching a movie, and your parents happen to like, we'll watch it because it's like a kind of adult movie. And of course, then you don't realize it's Uma Thurman is being instructed in the ways of lovemaking, and she's topless there, and we're sitting on the couch. All my buddies are there. My dad is there. She's like, and my mom yells out, "Wow, she's got incredibly lovely breasts."
That's something my mother would say. My mom used to embarrass me. She went up to like my second or third grade teacher, and she was like, "You are so beautiful. Look at the body on you. I wish I had it." It's like, what are you saying, Mom? She's embarrassed me.
One of my friends are like, we always like, that's our line.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah. Jeffrey's talking about you can buy all those weapons and then go get some cigarettes right out of the vending machine.
Oh yeah, or at a gas station.
Yeah, back then you could just say, "Yeah, my dad sent me down for cigarettes," and they just hand them to you.
My mom, I lived across the street from we lived across the street from the supermarket and the gas station, and she would just send me across there all the time, like Winston Lights. And if I didn't have money, they'd give them to me like on credit for my mom to get. It was so ridiculous, but I did start smoking very young because of that. So.
There was a go-kart and pool place in our town when we were growing up, and it was the last place in town to have a cigarette vending machine. They could not keep that thing full because all the high schoolers would go down there.
Oh yeah,
and get all the cigarettes out of the vending machine.
You could smoke inside our high school. We could smoke inside our high school.
Oh jeez.
Yeah,
we used to smoke on planes when I was a kid. You fly. Could smoke
at
on the
our
plane.
high school. You could smoke if you were old enough, technically, because by the time I went there, these were the rules. You could smoke across the street if you were 18, but you had to be not on school property. But nobody ever cared. We smoked in the bathroom all the time.
I was gonna say,
I have a picture of myself that somebody found of me like sitting on the bathroom floor. It looked so like 1980s, but it was the 90s, and I'm smoking a cigarette.
You could just go in our student center and just smoke inside. There was like a 1 acre plaza. It was inside.
Sorry.
You just smoke. You just smoke. I mean,
I was gonna say, I was still in school in the time between where you could, as long as you were 18, it didn't matter. Like you could have cigarettes on campus and stuff. You just weren't allowed to smoke, obviously, during class and in the hallways or anything.
Yeah,
like that. You had to go to designated areas. Then they transferred it to where you couldn't smoke anymore on school grounds or have cigarettes unless you were 18. And then, so smoking was completely banned basically on school grounds, but you could still have chew. So anybody who was over 18 could still have chew. And then eventually it got to the point in the early 90s where they wouldn't allow any. That was when they completely smacked down on all tobacco products altogether.
Everything, right? Yeah.
But otherwise, you could always smell the smoke
come at some point.
They brought the cops in and shit like that all the time.
Well, we had a female cop that like patrolled the bathrooms, but I was a senior by then, and she liked us. Like she literally opened the door and be like, "Put them out, girls," but she'd always bust like freshmen. She just liked us.
And 6 was expelled for smoking in the girls' room.
Oh, man. 6. I think 6 heard this story, but so at our school, you could get away with smoking.
Expelled is worse because you're done. Suspended, you can come back. Expelled means you're done.
Holy shit! Yeah, how did you get expelled?
I'll never forget. I went to they used to have like district, regional, and all state band or whatever, and you'd have like your practice. Well, it was the year I was first in the state, like first chair for clarinet, and we had to go practice at this one spot. And I always smoked in the bathroom at my high school, so I was a cigarette. I was addicted, so I went into their bathroom and smoked. And all of a sudden, the smoke alarm went off with like water coming down in their bathroom, and I'm there at like this all-state band like rehearsal for like this huge concert. I ran out of the bathroom and down the hallway and out the door, and it was one of those our school was not like this. Our school had an outdoor campus, so and once I got outside the door, I was locked out.
Oh no.
I just remember being like, I'm not getting out of this. And I had to walk. It was a huge school. I had to walk all the way around, and like I was trying to like dry myself off. Like I wasn't soaked, but my hair was a little wet. It's so stupid.
Well, 6 had to go to alternative education for a year. Oh my God.
Oh, I always wanted to go to an alternative school.
Oh wow.
I always wanted to go there.
It was marijuana you were smoking at least, or something good.
Yeah,
I can't believe that just for cigarettes. Damn.
I had a little incident where something like that happened, but not in school. It was outside of school, and they made me go talk to the Dare kids, like as a senior or I think it was a senior.
Dare to be different, like kids who listen to alternative music. That was WLIR's tagline.
Awareness,
92.7.
education.
Dare to be different. WLIR. U2. We dare you to listen to U2. Was their and then they listed all the alternative bands back then.
They weren't playing Metallica's "Kill 'Em All," were they?
Well, this was it was like a 80s alternative, new wave punk station, WLIR. And Lisa says regarding Superman, yeah, I'm showing the trailer in the background as we're having this great fun conversation. Zero sex appeal for me. So Supergirl is not interested in Superman, which is kind of good because aren't you related? But what I don't know what the ladies think. Is this guy hot? Not hot? I don't know. Why is he using? What kind of phone is that there? Oh, that's a record. Oh, that's a recorder. So she's recording Superman right now.
I was going to say, is that like an old Nokia?
It's Lord Tech, if you look at it.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Max,
Lord Tech.
Yeah.
Max Lord. Cool. Yeah, that's a nice little touch there. Yeah.
Who's played by James Gunn's brother.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah. Sean, right? Sean.
Pedro Pascal.
Boom. Super chat.
Another super chat. What's going on here tonight?
That
this is nuts.
I did play him.
I have that shirt. I still have that shirt too, JT Kirk. Actually, I don't still have it. I found it at a thrift store. I found it at a thrift store.
Yeah.
I bought one because I thought it was funny. We were the first. My class was the first year to ever have Dare, and it's funny because the cop that taught us when I was in 10th grade, he came to he got his teaching degree and he became our history teacher. And nobody respected him because he was like the cop from Dare. Everyone was so mean to this poor guy. I'll never forget. But yeah, we were the first year to ever have it. But I had to go talk to the kids about like not doing whatever. And I was like a bad girl. You know what I mean? Like I was like, talking to the kids. No. Yeah, imagine that.
Well, let's play some stuff for JT Kirk here. Thank you for the super chat again, JT. And how about...
Bridge is smashed. The computer's inoperative.
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
You're a dumbass.
Double dumbass on you!
Jake, if I never see another claim...
It'll be too soon.
That was disturbingly not delicious.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
I got to change everything that she just said is bullshit. How can you not like macaroni and cheese? My God, that's horrible. Yep. Oh God, but thank you so much, JT. Yeah. So this, in the trailer here, yeah, this is kind of a cute setup. Lois is say, "Oh, can I interview Superman?" So obviously she's found out the secret identity. So I'm guessing this is at least halfway plus through the movie, right? Can't be that early on in the movie, right?
Because we've been told for a while that he's been Superman for a bit, right? So this is not an origin story. These two have known each other for a while. I mean, the basic gist of the movie, from what I was kind of hinted at, was something happens early on. Superman, his ability to, do his job as Superman is called into question about, what authority does he have to act upon certain situations, right? So, like, as we learned from this interview, he stopped a war, according to him, right?
Yeah,
so that must be what it was. And the other thing I was kind of hinted at is some people are kind of overlooking all these other superhero characters that are in this movie. I was kind of told that we kind of need to look at them more like the police and the FBI, basically, is the Green Lanterns and the Authority in this show. They're not so much treated the same way a superhero character would always be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
In
but they just come in for in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, in a normal action movie, that'd be their role. Yeah. So there's that aspect too. So like the whole thing is kind of built upon this idea that the world needs Superman, but they need to realize that they need Superman to be able to be Superman, right?
Yeah.
And how important it is to have a guy like Superman to be able to keep us safe and all that kind of stuff. So all those kind of themes and notions are in the film. But we also have to remember, James Gunn notoriously does not put too many scenes or shots from any of his trailers from the third act especially, or the last half of the movie usually.
Yeah.
Just good.
So I feel like this is early on. And I have a few different theories about what's going on in this scene here that I'm not so sure people are interpreting until we know the context of too. Because it could be, because you notice that she's like, you're going to let me interview Superman, not Clark.
Yeah, Superman.
It says as Superman.
And we're being set up because we're expecting kind of like Clark is expecting here this to be something like the original 78 film where it's just a puff piece on Superman when she comes at him with some hard-hitting questions, which is the kind of thing Lois Lane would do, right?
Yeah.
And the other side of it too is like this is the kind of thing where maybe it's sometimes you got to hear these things from somebody close to you for you to actually face them. When you think you're right about something, when you really maybe aren't necessarily 100% right about it, or you need to look at things from another perspective, right? Because he is so keyed in on one thing, maybe she's trying to get him to see this other way. And on that note, it could also just be that the interview is just a ruse, right? She's not actually conducting an interview. She could just be trying to get Clark to talk about his feelings because he's being all bottled up about all this shit.
Yeah.
Because he's being bombarded with all this crap. Because at the same time all this is going on, Lex Luthor is also sowing a campaign of hate against Superman, which is where all the monkeys and all that stuff comes in.
Still not sure I'm happy with the idea of Superman.
And I don't know how that's all going to play out. Being a what? Hothead? Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is he's reacting, I think, more to... It's more so, like, if this was just any other reporter asking him this question as Superman, I don't think he would react this way.
Yeah.
I think it's like a lover's quarrel.
Yes, I think he's reacting this way because it's like, when you're like, I thought you supported me. It's kind of like one of those kind of arguments. You know what I mean?
What do you mean I can't buy more action figures and put them in the house?
Well, I mean, it's like he thought if anybody should have my back, it's you. But she's like, no, I'm Lois Lane right now, and you're Superman, right? We're not Clark and Lois. Like, I think it's what she's kind of trying to say that. And or she's trying to just get him to talk about his feelings because he's being all pent up and dealing with all this stress. And as we see here, he blows up at her, whether it's a result of the stress or because of how he feels like she's treating him, whether she's not supporting of him or whatever it is. I think there's more context to it here than what we're seeing. I'm willing to give this movie the benefit of the doubt. My problem is as we said before, the Perry Chan edit of this trailer is what the initial teaser trailer should have been. And if that would have been the case, had we got to this point where this was the second or third trailer, I don't think we'd be having this kind of conversation if that was that way.
And people are on eggshells with all our superhero movies, and things have been going too well. I mean, I did like the Thunderbolts, but I'm thinking that maybe like Mike would have called them the Thunderdolts or something like that. He would have come up with something good because they are a bunch of losers. But I did kind of like the movie, but I mean it's a filler movie, in between what's supposed to be great movies, and just everything has just been so bad lately. And the Snyder version of Superman was so damn dark and depressing. It was just horrible to watch. Technically, maybe you could argue it's good, and he was great as an actor, as Superman, but just it wasn't Superman in character, Superman in appearance only. So, I think this is.
I was just gonna say the only other thing I have to say about this though is that this trailer's been under this movie and trailers have all been under more scrutiny than any other movie or trailers in history. And it's a combination of just the general audience mixed with the Snyder Bros feeding into that, along with the Zaslav haters feeding into that. It's
become more than just a regular movie. Yeah, it's like Yankees versus Red Sox, Celtics versus Knicks or whatever, whatever the name
I
of
saw
rivalry.
Yankees Red Sox from the roof of my apartment in the World Series. You could see from second to third and third to home in Fenway. It was awesome.
That's a great place to be. Yeah.
Sidetrack, but and hi, how
Yeah,
dear.
and I guess you have Superman getting attacked here. This must be thanks to Lex Luthor, and I hope they don't throw in some cheesy internet, anti-troll stuff, or it depends on how it's handled, right? Where if it's kind of stuff that makes you groan, like, oh god, I can't believe they're throwing this in here, versus have it be organic to the story and make sense and be believable. We've just gotten lectured too many times recently by our media and it just seems it's just so out of place. It's just like, oh, here, I want to just knock people on the internet or YouTubers or whoever, and I'm just going to put this in the story, and it's doesn't feel natural. So yeah, we'll see what we'll see what happens here. But I think Rosalind, I think she's going to be I think I've always said, yeah, she's going to be good as Lois. She's got that spark, that comedic timing. And as someone else in the chat said, yeah, she's got quite the figure, right? And if you haven't watched The Marvelous Ms. Maisel, go watch it. Great, funny series. And of course, in the pilot, Geoff, if you're still there, if you don't have the paper clip to get your Skinamax and your cable box late at night, yeah, there's some nudity in the first episode, and we're watching it. My wife is like, and don't you try to rewind that. So yeah, so and 6 is saying, I think the Star Wars prequels and Disney sequels had more scrutiny. These movies have all had a ton of scrutiny.
In a way, you might be correct, but I would say, as far as like the scrutiny there was different. Especially with the prequels and at least the first Star Wars sequel trailer. Because a lot of the scrutiny there was like, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? It was more nerd talk of people's theories and debates, more so than it was what's going on here. Because you have an active campaign that's working against this film. Now, the Star Wars sequels, yes, I could agree there may be something sequels, more to that, especially with Rise of it. But by the time, it feels like the thing is to me, the rug got pulled from underneath us with The Last Jedi, and by the time we had time to react to the Rise of Palpatine, nobody gave a crap. So, I mean, again, I don't know if I can agree with that too much, 6, because to me, this is still under much more scrutiny than any of those were. I feel, anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. To some extent, it was like a criminology kind of thing with Star Wars. You were looking at it to try and figure out what was the story and who were the characters and why were they doing what were they doing. Not so much, are they screwing this up? Are they ruining Superman? Kind of like people tend to be looking at this one. So
where you actively have like the people coming in with the Snyder Bros, because I don't remember that so much with Star Wars. Yes, there's always been debate and arguments and pissing matches in Star Wars. I'm not going to disagree with you there, but I just don't feel like there was that kind of scrutiny by the time we got to the Rise of Palpatine trailers, because I don't think anybody cared.
No one even cared by the time we got
at that point.
It's just sad, yeah. And, but I think 6 is a good point there in terms of later on with the how the when they realize they don't know what they're doing with the story. What a disaster! Right. And I never liked the Force Awakens. I mean, I think that's before I met you guys all on the YouTube.
I give credit to those who did. I mean, good for you for seeing through the trees. But I mean, again, that's where I said. But when Last Jedi trailer came out, the reaction to that trailer was very positive.
Oh, it was, yeah.
For the most part, especially because we got to see Luke. We're like, oh fuck, Luke, and all that shit. We're just going nuts over that shit.
Oh yeah.
And everybody had so many different theories, right? It wasn't until after the movie came out when everybody's like, wait a fucking minute here. What's going on?
Yeah, when we all walked out of the theater going, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah, I never liked the Force Awakens. I wish I had a...
Oh, God.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, I wish I had a camera on myself while I was watching that movie so you could see the train wreck reaction during the Last Jedi. Because I'm just like, going from okay, like I'm having fun is good, and I almost cried during the sequence where I thought they were going to kill Princess Leia, and then I'm like, wait a minute, she's not dead. Okay, what's going on here? And then we keep going, and then Luke's all like, get the fuck on my lawn, fuck the Jedi. die. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then by the time, like you said, you walk out of it and you're still trying to process it all. And you're just like, was it really as bad as I thought it was? And then you start talking to people about it and you're like, Jesus Christ, it was that bad, wasn't it? Sorry, but you were going to say something, Mark.
No, I was just saying, well, JT Kirk is heading out, so good night, JT Kirk, and thank you so much for all your super chats tonight. Much appreciated. Yep.
Good night, JT.
Night, night.
Take care. Yep. Have a great week. Yep.
Rock your Dare t-shirt. More.
Yeah, so I think it's been a combination. So Extreme Meme is saying, why label anyone who's not like Superman trailer as Snyder, bro? Well, I would never do that, but I think what Tom is trying to say, not to speak for Tom, is there's a lot of people that love the Snyderverse version of DC, and they're pissed that it's gone away. Yeah. And there's other people that didn't really like it. I was not a fan of it. I never, I don't have any
more the difference of what the Justice League and then the director's cut, which was better.
Yeah,
right? It was at least a little bit better, especially the ending.
I loathe the entire Snyderverse. I could the only film in that entire thing was serviceable was Wonder Woman, and that's because it was basically Captain America
with tits.
With tits.
There you go. And Lisa, I might have. Oh, sorry. I was just to say, at least I might have rewound and rewatched that first pilot episode of Marvel's myself. But just kidding. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Dave?
No. I just recently had watched The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Fell asleep. Revenge of the Sith. But Attack of the Clones, the only thing I really remembering because Anakin was just an insufferable character at that point. And they all should have known that he was going to be a douche, and they didn't. And they still let him stay. Which was, I guess you have to stay with the plot, right? Right. But the only thing I liked about it was the fight with Yoda and Dooku, the Geonosis fight. That was all I remember.
I honestly
being good.
Hate that.
And I was going to say some people don't even like that, but I was like, well,
it's great up until he pulls out the lightsaber. After that is when, to me, this is a big thing with me.
Yeah, I mean,
the Skippy Yoda.
Yeah, Skippy Yoda jumping around,
and he starts spinning around and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Attack of the Clones, the dialogue hits its nadir. It's the worst dialogue in any Star Wars. It is
what they did to Yoda
terrible.
in the prequels, and I know Six is gonna get so mad about this, but like just what they did to Yoda in the prequels bothers me so much, like to no end, because it's like Yoda is supposed to be the Mr. Miyagi, the bestest of them all. He doesn't need no lightsaber. He don't need to raise no fist. He's so powerful with the Force. All he's got to do is think about it, and he can kick your ass. Right? Like, that's the way I see Yoda. And the way they treated him with the lightsaber fight, and especially the way they treated him with Palpatine, that's probably almost more unforgivable to me.
He loses, yeah.
It's not so much that he loses. Yes, I mean, that is part of it. Because
Yoda
should have mopped the floor with his ass. And what it should have been was Palpatine just barely gets away, right? But Yoda knows that they are so outnumbered now that he has no choice. But
there's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
He can't win at this point, yeah.
But the way that Palpatine kicked the shit out, like, that bothered me. I was like, wait, no. He'd be mopping the floor with this guy, and he'd find some weird way to cheat and get away. Like every bad guy always does.
And hail to the great Eric.
Hello.
Hey.
So it's well, all the guys love you, Tom, right? Yeah. You just got that attraction.
Snyder Bros love you.
And after tonight, the bronies are going to be coming after him too.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I had a student that was a brony. He told me what it meant. I didn't know. That was 2014.
Yeah.
I was like, I played with those when I was a kid. I had to be nice, like, hi, Big Steve.
Hello. Yep. The Mecha Jays. Yeah. Attack of the Clones is the worst dialogue in the series. Oh, the love story between Anakin and Pat. So bad. That's just so horrendous.
Kills all the kids and children and all that stuff, and she still stays with him.
Attack of the Clones is such a weird movie for me because it has both of the most simultaneous, one of the greatest Star Wars memories and worst Star Wars memories at the same time. Because part of it was I saw it with the biggest crowd I've ever seen a movie with ever. Because they showed it at the Orpheum in Madison. And for those who don't know, the Orpheum isn't a theater. It's an arena, like not an arena, but
They have
like a
concerts
concert
there,
hall.
right? Yeah, that's how I know it.
And then, so I saw Attack of the Clones on this huge fucking screen with about 2,500 other Star Wars fans.
Nice.
Some of the
Yeah,
stinkiest, fattest nerds in one place at once.
Rich hive of scum and overweightness.
Exactly. Like I had to wait 4 hours in line just to get tickets.
And body odor.
Yeah, and so like, and we were in the wrong line for the longest time, and they're like, "Are you guys in line with? You guys are in the wrong line because you got to have tickets." Because they're like, "Tickets, and I'm like,
"Oh
no,
God, that's the worst feeling." You're
like, "No, you got to go to the." And then we come around, and we got to realize we had to go all the way around the fucking block.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. Oh my God.
Yeah, retro guy bear there in the
so
comments.
Upset about that, but we made it in there. We
like
were way up high in the nosebleed seats. But then through that whole experience, because it was like a roller coaster ride. You had everybody cheering and laughing and reacting to all the moments in the movie. Even though of all the prequels, it's probably the most boring of them all.
That sucks. That movie.
But the moment Yoda sits there and they have their little battle tit for tat, like you could barely hear anything for the longest time, because at that point when Yoda comes in, like it was like a rock concert, I imagine, because just the whole room erupted,
going nuts, right?
Shit! All you could hear was just Rah! And then all of a sudden, all that Rah! That was going through him, those two just battling back and forth. Like I didn't even know what the hell they said to each other until I saw it the second time.
Was it like Rocky Horror or just everyone screaming?
It had to be bigger than that. Like it's like going to a rock concert because it was literally that big of a crowd. And then the moment he opens up his cloak and the lightsaber come out and he enters his hand, the audience went even louder. It was like they could, like I couldn't even believe they could go even louder than that. But they cranked it up to 11. So here we are, even louder. Everybody's just going, Rah! Just screaming their fucking brains out. And then all of a sudden, the moment he starts flipping around, the whole room just goes silence, dead fucking silence, and all you hear is and he's spinning around, and like a few of us are like what the fuck? Like, is all you could hear just kind of murmurs throughout the fucking crowd, just going, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he could barely move. Yoda could barely move, and then all of a sudden he's like moving around.
And then
like
what made it worse is the joke at the end, where he stops and he's done, and then he picks up his walking stick and he starts to limp again, and we're supposed to laugh at that. It's like,
so why is he limping? So
exactly.
And Lisa, come on, do you just tell me Superman's not doing it for you? Look at this shot right here. Doesn't he look like a great guy? Come on.
No, and I'm not Lisa, but no.
No, him and Dooku were facing off with the Force. Like he should have blown Dooku up to little itty bitty bits.
Yeah. No, I'm joking, Courtney, because Lisa kept writing in the chat like he doesn't do it. Superman doesn't do it for me. Yeah. And he's not doing it for you either, Courtney, right?
Like that fight should have been a short ass fight, because like I don't care how, because Dooku wasn't even really a Sith, right? He wasn't even a.
He was just an
Sith.
apprentice, right? Yeah.
He's probably the closest to anything we've had in the whole series where somebody could argue about a gray Jedi, right? Because he was still technically, although he had kind of technically gone over to the dark side, so. But he wasn't a full-blown Sith, is my understanding, or somebody wants to explain that to me, you can. But anyway,
he wasn't,
Yoda should have mopped the floor with him in 10 seconds flat. Like, the funny part of the fight should have been him coming in after kicking the shit out of Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Yoda going, all right, let's go, and he zaps him, and Yoda just deflects his fucking electricity back at him. And after, like I said, after a few seconds, he's just fucking fried like toast.
Right?
Like, and then Yoda just goes... and walks away. Like,
I'm done, yeah. And Caleb has a great comment here. Jedi insurance fraud. Yeah. Yoda's collecting insurance.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yoda, I get it. Yoda's really good at like playing with people. I get it. He's just kind of like that way, but
he doesn't want to give up that parking pass.
Yeah, the handicap parking pass. Yeah. As he flips around, yeah. I could have, if I tried to do any of that, my knee's not so good these days. All of a sudden I started flipping around.
He wants that spot right by the front door of the the temple.
Yeah. Dark Jedi, I guess the best way you could put it. But I mean, he's using Sith ways, but I don't know if he was ever taught enough to be a Sith. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of all that business.
Yeah, Dabman's on here. He's our Star Wars, one of our resident Star Wars experts. But yeah, I think you're right, Tom. I don't think he had all the training. Yoda is supposed to be number one, right? He's the Bruce Lee. He's the he's the big
Miyagi. Yeah, he's the
Miyagi. Yeah.
Him.
Dooku was a corrupted
the Pai Mei
Jedi.
or whatever you want to call him. He's that topmost of the popmost guy that all he has to do is just flick his finger in a certain way and he can break your nose. Like
yeah.
Doesn't have to do shit. Just
take your chi and just snap you around. Yeah,
and then giggles about it afterwards. That's that's the thing. He's supposed to be like this pure force entity kind of thing, and I love that aspect of him, like him being
because he's so small. It's not the physical body.
Size, do you?
Right.
He did. I will say, Dooku did take a Sith name. He was Darth Tyrannus.
He was Darth Tyrannus. You're correct. So yes, I guess you're correct. I didn't think of that. I was like trying to remember. Did he have a Sith name? And then you just reminded me. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's how much I watched the second one. I did not. Yeah, that's the one I've seen at least since then, other than the sequels.
That's the weakest. I mean, there's some good scenes in, but the dialogue is just.
And I think I only saw it like twice in the theater. So I saw the first one like 4 times in the theater, and then I saw Revenge of the Sith I think 2 or 3 times. But Attack of the Clones, the only reason I went to see it another time is because of all the dialogue I missed the first time out.
Well, that's the one that end up with the fight in the arena at the end, right? With
and everybody. That was another moment where like it just turned into a fucking rock concert there because you had all those Jedis with all those lightsabers. Everybody's freaking the fuck out, and of course you're in this auditorium that, you can hear, but like it wasn't set up for movie sound. It was set up more for like music. So like,
okay,
like a lot of the dialogue
to hear.
A lot of the dialogue sounded like this. I hate them. I murdered them, all of them. And so like you're all you're 10 miles away from the fucking speakers and shit. So
but those are those fun. I think you could have clipped that movie down to like a half hour, maybe.
Yeah.
Attack of the
Clones.
Clones.
Then George added like another scene into the fucking DVD version too on top of it without even telling people. And like there's a couple other things he did to it.
And then they end the movie with the marriage. Yeah. He's got his fake CGI hand.
Which that was one of the better parts. I mean. I'm still one of those people not to bitch on the fucking prequels, and I got to get off this fucking subject and probably move on anyway. But fucking no, like the problem is, and George even admitted himself, is the movie started too early. There was no reason to have a movie where he was a kid.
Yeah,
the movie should have started with the second film and moved on from there. And by the middle film, he should have been already turning into Darth Vader, and the third film being full blown bad
Vader.
Guy.
Yeah.
And the true thing, and the problem was, and we've said this a million times, and this is just, look, it's either because of George's autism or whatever was going on at the time. He was just too infatuated with playing with his toys, whatever it was. He didn't pick a focal character. And Anakin cannot be your main character. Because you can't have a main character who goes bad.
Right.
So the obvious choice is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And at no point is Obi-Wan Kenobi the main character. That's the problem.
That would have made a much better prequel, and starting, we don't need. You could have had a flashback as Anakin, maybe if you want to get that pod racing, because he was so enamored he wanted to have that pod race.
That as a teenager too, though.
Teenager, or Flash or something, but you're right, and we want to see Darth Vader kicking ass, right? People love to hate that character. I mean, he's such a badass villain.
Because that third film should have been that whole setup of like the ending of part 2 should have been, I can't kill my friend. Than lost we have.
Yeah, and then you go into Darth Vader and the Empire and the setup of the Empire.
Exactly, because that was you're setting up that terror of the idea of like who's going to save us from this guy, because the only guy who can, he looks at him like a brother.
Yeah, he can't fight him. Yeah, and Obi-Wan. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, if you had the focus on Obi-Wan. And like everyone loved Rogue One, the end when you see that one scene, that one great phenomenal scene, that's 60 seconds with Darth Vader. If you haven't read the comic book, the Darth Vader Volume 1 Disney comic book does a great job of showing some great adventures with Vader. But I like that scene,
but that should have been 20 years prior to where we get in Rogue One.
Yeah.
The problem with that movie is in the next scene we see Vader, he doesn't do shit. He comes in after the stormtroopers have killed everybody, picks up a dude by the throat, throws him down, And then the next part we see him after that, after capturing the princess, he's in a meeting and he gets bitched out by fucking Tarkin. And he's just like, as you wish, sir. So he's a little lapdog at that point, and everybody's calling him a hokey fucking jerk and all these other kind of things basically to his face. Like, you know, your hokey religion and all this, you know, like they're treating him like crap. I can't imagine somebody who just did that wouldn't demand more respect than that.
Yeah.
Because my whole point is, and
well, they build Vader up in Star Wars. They build up his character, where then you realize how badass he is. And
to a point, but you have to understand, like, and that's what I was saying is like, at that point, his persona is almost as mythological as the Jedi at that point. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I always have a problem with some of these other movies and how they run this shit, because it's like, okay, how can we go for when 20 years later where you have a whole galaxy full of fucking Jedi, and then just within a matter of 20 years, everybody's
gone.
Like, there was no such thing as the Jedi.
Yeah.
They were just a shit people made up like unicorns. You know,
that didn't make sense. That makes sense.
You know, like that just doesn't compute. But anyhow, like, yeah, that's my whole thing with that. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's a nice Easter egg. Anyone catch the Easter egg in this? Don't look at her buttocks. There is an Easter egg. Wade Street. Mark Wade, great comic book creator. Yep. So that's right there. Oh, there we go.
Star trekking across the
universe. So I guess they're arresting Superman, kind of like, and they're comparing this to Man of Steel, but
I guess this is just a quick scene too. People are making a big bunch of shit out of too. I guess.
Yeah, he's. I guess he's invaded. Well, he helped stop that war, invaded another country. That's one of the things.
Go back to that war real quick, because somebody else pointed this out, and it's really kind of funny. And I think this is another thing we need to remember.
The picture of the tank
the war.
Stuff?
You got like both these. What war actually looks like this?
None.
Yeah.
Only in comic books do you see shit like this.
That's a comic book war. Yeah.
In this movie, that's what I'm saying. I think we're really over, and this goes into the over scrutinizing of it. I think we need to realize that this is a comic book. We've gotten so used to the Snyderverse and some of the MCU stuff where it's kind of too realistic or uber realistic or whatever you want to call it. Like, I think we forgot what comic books really were. I really do. Like, the Batman is the best example of that. It's like, how far can you go past what Nolan did? The Batman is the answer. Like, look, these things were a comic book for a reason. Like, they're not supposed to be able to hold up to real life.
Yeah. Well, look at we've got the Volvo and the Toyota versus the well, it looks that's not an M1 tank, but a modernized the Tesla tank. You got
and
people.
Sure, this might just be a skirmish, but still, those people are dead. Okay, like there's no.
Yeah.
Those people on the right have about 10 seconds to live if Superman doesn't show up.
Yeah. You're toast.
Exactly. They got tanks and shit. And what are they going to fight with? Sticks?
Did somebody want toast?
Right, yeah, toast? Someone wants toast. Yeah, you're toast. Yep.
Buttered toast.
So I guess they're arresting Superman here.
Look at that ass. I mean...
Oh, I'm trying to catch, see if there's any other Easter eggs.
You didn't catch any freeze frames you hear on purpose at all.
Wait. Tom just sent me a private check. You sent me that screenshot.
Yeah, all 3 or 4 of them you had there. Yeah.
Let's send it on over.
Those must have been totally random, right? You didn't pick those out.
This is totally random. Yeah, this is totally random. Yeah, didn't happen to catch that.
Not for research at all.
Yeah.
My God.
And the costume is just not looking good here. Just
his bagginess with the costumes, I don't understand either. I agree with everybody on that shit.
I'm not getting it. And you got to add the extra lines, and you just can't. Like we were talking about the logo, like HBO Max, new Coke, old Coke. There's a classic, timeless nature to Superman's costume.
I'm not as cool with them changing the super logo to the Kingdom Come logo.
Yeah, kind of modernizing it. Yeah,
but I keep hearing rumors that there is going to be more than one, if not maybe even 3 super suits in the film. So
interesting.
We'll see if all of them have that. I do know
you
the
gotta sell
ice
as many
one,
action figures as you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we know of the ice one, kind of. I don't know if people know about that. It's basically the same thing. It just looks like an ice suit. And then I don't know what the other one could possibly be, unless it's one that's like a finalized Superman suit. Because I'm under the impression that his mom made this suit for him. But everybody else's suit, like Ultraman behind him, is all baggy and shit, and so is what's-her-face there and stuff like that. So, like, what is with the baggy suit shit? And he did the same thing in Guardians 3. That's undeniable.
But they look more like clothes, or like Superman's suit's supposed to be, the spandex, but you've got all these extra lines on it to like make it more, quote unquote, more interesting. The boots aren't bad, and I never liked the neck, although that neck collar, although I'm sure it's got to be more comfortable to wear. If you ever worn a shirt without an outfit like that, maybe it's more comfortable. But this is the guy that played was that Frank?
That's Frank Grillo.
Grillo, right?
I was wondering what role he plays here.
Because he got killed in the Marvel universe. He was playing Captain America's Crossbones. Yeah, I forget. Got stream brain, Mark. Crossbones. And I'm like, yeah, it was another. Why do you kill off Crossbones? He's Captain America's big rival. But yeah. So yeah. So I guess Superman's getting arrested here. No one is above the law. But that's one thing you always wanted to do in comics, avoid that real world stuff, right? Because once that happens, then you're just mucking around. Like, then what do you avoid, right? If it was like when they had the tragedy of 9/11, and they had that issue with the villains were even helping to clean up the Twin Towers site. It's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You can't bring these real world things.
The only villain I could see even doing that would probably be Magneto.
Yeah.
So Frank Grillo is supposed to be Rick Flag Sr.
Ah, okay, Rick Flag Sr. Okay. Because Rick Flag gonna stay? He's dead? I guess, right? Yeah, because of James Gunn's version of Suicide Squad. I guess he's that part of the universe hasn't been redone, I guess, right? So
yeah.
So he's dead. Yep. So who's strong enough to plow Superman's face into the ground there? Ouch.
That's Ultraman.
Oh, that's Ultraman. Okay.
Who apparently, as leaks have confirmed, is just a clone. He's a Lex clone of Superman.
Ah, interesting.
He's not an alternate universe.
Not
Superman,
an alternate universe.
Like the typical Ultraman.
Okay. Nicholas Hoult, I think he's going to be pretty good as Lex. I think he looks pretty good. Yep, yeah. And Retro Guy says, they do have the trunks. Yeah, thankfully they do have the trunks. Yep. That was a big problem.
I love the Snyder Bros out there losing their shit over the trunks. It's like, okay, I'd rather have not my Superman out running around in a fucking onesie. Like, what the fuck? And it's like they totally forgot the whole inspiration for Superman's costume in the first place.
Yeah, well, they did arrest the Cavill Soups. Yep, he was arrested. Yep. That was when he first came. Yeah, he first came down, and then
how many times was he arrested in the comics?
It's happened before. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, Superman's Superman. Some things are going to be the same. We're going to see similar story beats in almost anything. It's like any Batman movie. It's like I point out the obvious, like with the Batman. There's a lot of shit in the Batman that's a lot like Batman Begins.
Yeah, there's certain tropes that you're always going to have those scenes,
and even Batman Dark Knight Rises or whatever.
Yeah.
So like,
or shots, you're going to have a lot of similar shots, or Superman, and of course Superman the movie too. That's the grandfather of them all in terms of some of those flying sequences and shots.
Yeah, and so what are you going to do? You're going to just redo that, or you're going to do what? Superman Returns? Because that was another thing. I showed a bit of a trailer for that earlier on George the Giant Slayer show. Yeah, and I reminded people that this trailer kicks ass compared to the movie.
Oh yeah, we were psyched over that movie, Superman Returns.
Yeah,
I was hyped to see that. Yeah.
That trailer's fucking amazing. Now, if the movie was that amazing, it'd be great.
Yeah, Brandon Routh was great.
You even got Marlon Brando in there talking and everything.
Didn't like the costume, but the trunks looked a little weird. But now we know why.
No, but seriously, watch Perry Chan's edit of this trailer, and then go watch the Superman Returns trailer. They're almost identical.
It gives you that hope, yeah.
Because it is. It's the first thing is you see a bunch of Superman flying around. First, you hear Lois say, "You're back," and then that's supposed to signify to the audience Superman's back. And then you have the Marlon Brando speech over a bunch of very epic Superman flying footage. And then it leads up to the bullet to the eye, which is him showing us something we've never seen before on a Superman movie. Mm-hmm. You know, so, and that was the shit that really we were like, oh my God, this is going to be a kick-ass fucking movie.
Yeah.
And then we saw it.
And then it became a rehash of Lex Luthor trying to
just all kinds of weird shit.
And the son, it wasn't his son, and
and New Krypton, and
that was just such a mess. Yeah, just such a mess. Yeah, and I didn't like what was her name as Lois. That was Kate Boswell.
Yeah,
I don't think she was a good Lois. Yeah.
Probably the worst Lois we ever had.
Yeah. The opening scene was incredible.
Like the first half or so, this movie isn't so bad. It's once he starts turning into like stocky Superman, like, and all that kind of shit, and then, you know, even Kevin Spacey is amazing as Lex Luthor. It's just the story kind of goes into this weird place, and then by the third act, it just goes off the rails with so Lex is just trying to do the land scheme again.
Yeah, that was the problem with the land.
Yeah. And not only that, it's just stupid because he's building his own Krypton. And like, I don't know, Bryan Singer just got obsessed with the crystal shit.
Crystal power.
Too obsessed with it.
Yes, yeah. We saw there a moment ago a new supervillain that they're introducing for the film.
Yeah.
The Hammer of Boravia.
Yeah, who is that?
We don't know. It's just some new guy.
Yeah, I don't know who that. I'm trying to.
I suppose it could be, Lex in a super suit.
That's the Lex super suit, right?
Pretending to be something else.
Yeah.
Well, but he's called out as the Hammer of Boravia in some of the social media material that's been released. So.
Okay. Yeah, there's a symbol here on his chest. Not sure who that was. Yeah.
So it could be Ultraman in some sort of suit. It could be Lex in a suit. Who knows?
Yeah, it's
as long as it's not Zod.
Kneel before Zod.
Kneel before the Hammer of Boravia.
Thank Zod. It's not Zod.
We've had enough negative zone stuff yet. So I don't know who he's fighting here. Is this the fighting the kaiju? Maybe I guess this is
either the kaiju or that guy in the suit. We just saw whether it be Luke.
I'm guessing that kaiju fight is the opening of the film.
Probably. And then that leads into whatever happens with the other skirmish, which leads into him getting in trouble with the Authority and the Green Lanterns, which leads into everybody saying, well, should he just be able to do his thing without any impunity at all and all that kind of business. And I mean, the one part I am kind of concerned with in this movie, and this is the thing is that most people don't like, they're all like worried about him being woke and or anti-Trump or this, that, or the other, or being too funny or goofy. The only thing I hear from my people that makes it sound like he's letting too much personal shit get into the movie outside of the dog is the Snyder Bro business. What I've been hearing is what people are misinterpreting as like anti, Trump stuff, rhetoric, and all that, like the Lex Luthor monkeys. That whole thing is a comment on the Snyder Bros, I guess.
So they're supposed to be the monkeys, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of the themes in this movie don't reflect a lot on what Man of Steel was about on purpose. And that's where a lot of people are drawing parallels between, well, he did this, and then he did this, and he did this. Because I have a feeling that he's going to comment on some of the things that a lot of us had issues with, possibly, with Man of Steel, right? Like the whole Pa Kent situation. Like, look at how Pa Kent talks to him in the beginning of this trailer compared to what, well, should I have just let him die? Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And just the idea of Superman allowing one life to die or to lose one person, right? To where as opposed to Man of Steel, where how many thousands of deaths happen in that fucking, God. Like, it's worse than 9/11 levels. Right? Yeah. Like, that's how bad it is. And the problem with that was, of course, is the follow-up with BBS and how they approached that. And it's like, no. You, there was an easy fix to this, and you fucked it up. But at the same time, I have a hard time believing Superman would ever have that happen or let that happen. Like that's just too much carnage, too much
No,
death.
he would have taken it out of the city,
And which is exactly what he did in Superman 2.
Superman 2. He says the same exact thing, right? So
which is kind of what he's doing here, probably, where he's like, "Hey, eyes on me," and he goes up because clearly he's got burnt all around him or whatever, and so he's either talking to the antagonist that he's dealing with.
It's the kaiju. That's while he's fighting kaiju. Kaiju tries to burn him. Eyes on me. Yeah, it's that, right, or he's. I wonder if that fight and the fight with potentially Metamorpho are happening back to back. Because I think you're right. I think that this leads straight into very quickly him going into Stag Industries, where he meets up with Green Lantern and those others.
Yeah, because I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of like.
Because I'm just saying, like the burning on his suit and stuff like that's all consistent with those scenes going together.
Right, because this is what I'm getting at with like treating the Authority and the Green Lanterns like the police and the FBI or whatever you want to call it. Because like, the Lanterns handle the cosmic side of things and the Authority handles the Earth side of things or whatever. It's kind of my understanding of this. And again, speculating on a lot of this of what I was told, kind of brief kind of things. But I think at the end of this, he's going to have to prove that whatever it was that happened that he's under scrutiny for was set up by Lex, so he's going to have to prove it to them too. You know what I mean? Like a comic book. And then everybody at the end's going to be like, well, I guess we were wrong about you, Superman.
And this is the same credits as, the originals.
The Donner.
Donner, Classic, James Gunn, of course, the crystals were invented for the movies too. That didn't exist in the comic with the
I don't think so. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. The
they
comic
adopted it since that movie. Yeah. But that's why I say people got too fucking hung up on it.
Yeah. Well, that was a big flaw of one of the big flaws of Man of Steel was it's Superman not saving Pa Kent. And I was gonna make a joke when Pa Kent shows up, like, wow, you've aged a lot, Kevin Costner.
Well, they fucked up in that movie when in BVS they have that stupid flashback scene that says exactly what Pa Kent is saying at the beginning of this movie, and that's where I'm kind of starting to think that, you know what, and this might be for better or worse what this movie, a lot of it is kind of a comment on Man of Steel. Because, that was a big flaw in that first film, because even if Snyder and Goyer weren't meaning for it to come off that way, we all took it that way, and it sounds stupid coming out of his fucking mouth, because that's nothing that Pa Kent would ever say.
Yeah.
He would say, well, no, of course, Clark, I don't think you should let them die. Of course you should do whatever you can, but you got to be careful. Right? You got to think about it. Yeah, and that's where, like I said, they had that flashback scene in BVS where he says that great story. And that's where I said, if you just took that fucking scene right there and put that instead of the, I don't know, just let him fucking die scene, then it would have made more sense, because the story is great, because he goes, I thought I was the hero. I thought I saved our farm. And then it turns out we destroyed the farm down the way. You have to think about everything you do, even though you may be helping and thinking you're doing a good thing. Think about the repercussions of everything you're doing from here on forward. Yes, I want you to do the right thing, son, but also think ahead about what the right thing is for everybody, because you may not be thinking far enough ahead and something could go wrong and then it's all your fault, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's a way of doing that same scene in that movie and it works. With him
we want to protect you. We don't want people to know who you are.
And that leads into the same speech, like with the original one, where he's like, look, I know you're here for a reason. It's not to make touchdowns, right? It's not to be some basketball player or baseball player or boxer. You're clearly here for a good reason. And I feel like we found you for that reason. And that's why whatever you decide to become, I'm going to support that, but you have to be ready for that and understand the scrutiny you're going to be under and how people are going to treat you when they realize that you're not human, right? And that's what Pa Kent is supposed to instill in his son.
Yeah, because when he's a toddler, like, he's been trained by his parents in the spaceship not to hurt people too. He's gotten that training from his father. Now in the crystals. Even
that or the other version is where he starts getting his powers later and.
There's a version where he gets his powers at puberty, but it's because think of it as in the first scene he lifts up a car, right? So if anyone's that strong, they could just changing poor Ma Kent changing some diapers and
wasn't there the famous story in one of the comics where he kicks through the bassinet or whatever so many times because he had to keep. he had a whole like garage full of broken bassinets.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I mean, this is comic book stuff, so you can't take it too literally.
Right.
If this CGI ass looking dog is in more than 2 minutes of this movie, I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, a lot of people now are thinking he's going to kill the dog too.
No. They're not going to kill the dog because the dog ends up with Supergirl in the next movie.
Is he really in there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. Because I'd rather him not kill the dog.
No, they're not going to kill the dog.
Yeah, there's no
way.
way.
Get away with that in like John Wick.
Gunn got enough of that. Enough heat from all of the animal torture in this last
movie. When I heard
movie.
that rumor, I'm like, no way. After all the shit he got from Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't know.
Yeah. Crypto might get knocked out or something, or in this fight scene.
He'll get knocked around, I'm sure.
Well, he kicks the shit out of her in this fight scene.
Yeah, doesn't he cut her or bite her or something? Yeah.
He jumps on her and gets her, at least once.
Yeah. So we know Lex has made his way to the Fortress of Solitude with Miss Tessmacher, I guess, and I'm
the only one
so
with Superman's address.
Yeah. They named this character, but I don't remember what.
I brought you the next best thing. I brought you his girlfriend.
Who's the lady with the Wolverine knives? Or pizza rollers for hands?
Name. She's in the Authority.
She's in the Authority,
Yeah,
okay.
Mechanic. I can't remember.
Sorry, and Superman 2 is so infinitely quotable, especially the
the
Zod.
It is. It's great.
Hey, Mark.
Luther lines.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. I got to roll out.
Oh, you got to roll out
a while ago.
Yeah.
Too,
I just wanted to show one thing. You see if you can share that.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. Of course. Yep.
Look at. So we know about the Invincible show. Everybody liked that, right? Pretty much, right? I've only seen a couple of the episodes. Look what this just went for. The comic run, and it's not even the full run.
$8,000, 6 to 44.
Not even complete. Yeah, wow.
That much money?
And they're missing 4 other issues. So yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Damn, I should have bought more of those comics when they came out.
Yeah.
What's my Walking Dead run worth now? Not that much, right?
No.
Is that unusual, or is that an outlier? Or
I would have said it's unusual, but it's not even the full run. Like R2 said, it's not even the full run.
Yeah. Wow.
He's just
Is
timing.
everything graded in there?
Well, this is the pretty good site for their grading. They're usually on point.
I grade near mint Amazon TV show. Wow.
Yeah. And they're missing 4 issues out of that too. So it's 1 through 5 and like 4 other issues. And so you don't even get the number 1 in this.
Gee. And it's sold.
It's sold. Sold. So they either have to come up with the money, but that's what they bid on. So it's 63 bids. So it can go to the next person.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go, man. All right.
It's my superpower is missing valuable comics when I buy them. So, but thank you for being here tonight, Dave. Yep, and everyone check out Dave's channel. What's your next comic book that you're covering? Now that you've finished
Wednesday night, we start Wednesday night at 9 Eastern. It's doing the 75 Joker miniseries.
Oh, all right.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yep. So everyone, sub to Dave, my buddy Dave. There, click that. Thanks, that link there and sub. Yep.
I appreciate it.
Take care, Dave.
Take care, Dave.
Adventure.
Yep.
Take care. Bye. See you.
Let me share the slideshow back. Yeah.
So yeah, chat got it for us. It's the engineer.
The engineer. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chad. Yeah. You don't want to kill dogs. Yeah, you don't want John Wick coming after you. Yep. Then it's
John Wick Superman.
Yeah. But I'm liking Holt as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's doing all right in that role, at least from the trailers.
Yeah. I love the line. The best line in John Wick, or one, that's he's like, "Why did you punch my son? He killed John Wick's dog and stole his car." And the mob boss dad is like, "Oh,
Wait, is that our Miss Tessmacher standing behind him there?
I don't know.
That's got to be Miss Tessmacher. She's in the movie.
I hope so. Because this, and look, I know so many people are giving shit at Nicholas Holt, and a lot of them are probably just the Snyder dickheads. But he is such comic book Lex Luthor in every shot we have seen of this. Like I think he's going to be the highlight of this movie. If I'm wrong, forgive me, but hey.
If you're wrong, you're gonna get. You're gonna have to watch a crypto CGI movie.
Oh no!
Are they a crypto?
Yeah, there's crypto going after.
Is getting his licks in. Yep. Yeah, and of course, this crypto is not the traditional crypto from the comics. So James Gunn, self-insert. That's his dog. But they're showing a clip of his dog going nuts, watching himself on the big screen, which is kind of fun. And of course, this doesn't look as good, when you frame it too. But it's CG. It's obviously all CGI, but live action, I guess, or full speed. I thought it looked okay, but yeah, crypto's going flying.
Some of the CG looks dodgy, especially if you pause it. But I mean, in motion, most of it looks fairly good so far. I would, especially comparing it to a lot of Marvel shit usually.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully, big part of Superman is the no-kill rule, and I hope Gunn doesn't let Supes kill anyone in this film. And that's what happened with the Batman. Even in Batman '89, we kind of ignored it, but it's like, how many people is Batman killing in this movie? And
80s Batman I can understand killing.
But he's not supposed to, though, right? I mean,
no, I know, but in Burton's world and that Batman, it was all debts are off.
I just remember when the third Arkham City game came out, and everyone was like, "Batman doesn't kill people," and then he's driving around in a friggin' tank, like blowing shit up left.
That's
and right.
what I love about Batman and Batman Returns. Like he indiscriminately kills so many fucking people in those movies, and nobody ever says shit. Nobody says shit.
Yeah.
Like in the first movie alone, he comes in, he doesn't even do it himself. He sends in the Batmobile remote control and blows up an entire fucking Axis Chemicals plant after he shoots a bunch of motherfuckers and shit. And then he comes in and the second film and blows up the dude and like kills at least 2 or 3 people from the fucking circus gang, right? Without even thinking about it. I mean, even when he goes to after the Joker, he's going to kill the Joker. He's not going to just fuck around with him. He comes at him with a goddamn plane.
Yeah.
Like he's coming at him with everything he has got. Like he's throwing missiles. He's shooting at him with every goddamn gun he's got. Like he's trying to mow him down. Like it doesn't matter. Like and he's just like, son of a bitch. How did I fucking miss him?
Right.
Gotta have an Asian running away from the kaiju, by the way.
So like Batman's not coming in to talk to the Joker at all. Like there's no talking to be had.
No.
Yeah. The Dead Man has a great line here. The CGI looks good if it's moving or if you pause it. Pause it, I guess. Yeah. Good one, Dead Man.
Yeah. Pause it. Got it.
Pause it. Yeah.
Big Belly Burger. Advertising.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
Smash, yeah.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts.
Yeah, it's the sad part is I think Batman has a bigger body count than the Joker does in that fucking movie.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Well, that was something that that all of us were, comic book nerds were pissed at. Like, he's killing people. Like, no, he's got rubber bullets in the machine gun.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Those are bombs. Okay.
Bombs, yeah.
He blows Axis Chemicals up with all those Jokers. Like, those bombs drop right between their fucking legs.
Yep.
And 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds later, it's like 3 seconds later, we hear boom! And then the fucking Batmobile comes blasting through a big explosion.
Yeah.
All those motherfuckers are dead.
Right.
And what ones didn't get caught up in the explosion, they probably died from the fumes. Okay?
Or they're on Medicaid right now. Yeah,
definitely.
They really got messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a wheelchair and on a breathing apparatus. Yeah.
I don't know
Fucking Batman.
What's this scene mean when this is what got me confused. This what's this? Is this a Green Lantern fight in the background? I mean, we've all
That's
seen.
what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. In the initial stuff that we got, the very first trailer, there was the big eyeball thing or whatever that's out there that they're fighting. That apparently they added later. They added, oh well, it's not just the big eyeball thing. Yeah, it looks like there's Green Lanterns fighting it. In the second trailer, they had just sort of one green beam sort of shooting at it, and in this one you actually see like a whole bunch. So I don't know what. Yeah, if it's multiple lanterns or it's just one lantern.
I think that they come in and tell him we've got it from here, Superman kind of thing.
Okay,
I could be wrong, but I'm just from reading the situation.
It also could be. Yeah, someone at one point was pointing out that there's a Superman villain from one of the comics that they talk about this being based off of. I cannot remember what he's called, but he's basically the energy that he shoots out is the same energy of a red sun. And so Superman cannot fight that villain.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so someone else has to fight him. And I cannot remember the name of the bad guy, but yeah, that could also be it.
Yeah, because there's Superman, for you non-comic book nerds, gets his power from the yellow sun, and Krypton is under a red sun, so the Kryptonians don't have superpowers. Yeah,
yeah, this evil sun creature thing, whatever, like basically just depowers Superman when he.
Which is another reason why I don't understand in Man of Steel why they want to terraform Earth to be just like Krypton.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
Especially Zod.
No sense.
Zod would never do that. He'd be like, "Look at this! I got a whole planet where I can rule." Powers. And I got superpowers and they don't.
Well, but they also make it so that it's not the sun; it's just breathing oxygen is what gives them their powers in Man of Steel.
Oh, Man of Steel is just all sorts of makes no fucking sense at all.
That was so dumb. That was just so dumb. Yeah.
And I wrote Man of Steel and made it better, but yeah.
I did like the stuff on Krypton. I thought the design was cool, and of course the Hans Zimmer score was phenomenal. I just got to see Hans Zimmer this year in concert. God, that was awesome. That Wonder Woman theme is great too, and of course is Lion King. Just great stuff. But you don't like Hans Zimmer? Yeah,
I like his older stuff, but I think a lot of his more latter stuff is so pretentious. Like and the Superman theme to me is a grand example of that. How do we go from the John Williams theme to 3 notes? They're just boom. Boom.
I know. I still love it. I still love that soundtrack, but I'm looking for any good that I can get out of that movie.
The
Dune
one really kind of brought it to a head for me. Like I'm just
the Dune I didn't think was as good. But yeah, people at the concert, people were going nuts over the Doom stuff. It was very cool to see live performed, and they got the film in the background going, and it was.
I found it. It's an all-star Superman. It's called The Tyrant Sun. And it was,
But anyway, that's just a personal thing for me. Don't take it.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, yeah. The All-Star Superman. Yeah, and at the end of this trailer, they have comic books that you should read, and one of them is All-Star Superman, which is an interesting choice, but because it deals with the quote unquote the death of Superman, or Superman is dying in that, and actually Lois has superpowers, but I think it's one of the best best books in recent times. Yeah,
Solaris the Tyrant Sun. I put the Wikipedia link in there in the private chat.
Let me put that out for everyone. Yep, thank you.
But yeah, I should probably mosey pretty soon.
Yeah, well, we're actually, I have to. I always say this, but you have to go, but I'm going to. We're going to finish this trailer, and then I've got to be up. I got to be up somewhere really early. Well, not that early, but somewhere in the morning. Yeah, I'm just going to be like another few minutes. Yeah, if you can hang in there, we'll get to the end of the trailer. This is Mr. But please don't leave yet, everyone. The show's not over. Yep, but here's Mr. Terrific. This is Fair Play. He's it's a weird outfit. I mean, I think he looks pretty good in terms of comic, what you can do with this character. It's that's the comic book costume. I mean, that's it. So
this team up costume, whatever it is, Lord's team, or if it's Authority or whatever, I think they look terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I don't like the costume in the comics, but that's that's it. So I guess if you're gonna go with it,
I just this whole team up costume thing that they've got on, it just looks CW quality to me. It looks bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does. The CW had about the same costume. Yeah. So I guess this is the is that the Authority? I don't know. I guess they're gonna. Oh, that's got to be Mr. Terrific with an EMP pulse. He's a super scientist. That looks like the part of that war, the war there.
Yeah,
and I think
looks
it said
like
Luther something in the back, or Luther net. Really tough to read, but something with Lex Luthor in the back there. And I do like this line coming up with whole, just losing it over Superman, right? Because that's his character, right? That just he just can't take that Superman is the numero uno. It's got to be Lex Luthor, him. So I know we're getting some of the mad scientist Lex here. It looks like because Lex was the in the comics he was was the businessman for a while, then he was the mad scientist. And I'm wondering, what is this after the kaiju fight, or this is maybe this is later in the middle half of the movie?
Could be,
because after he goes to the Fortress of Solitude when he's knocked out in the beginning, right? Yeah, and Kari says, "I think they're supposed to look terrible." The costumes, yeah. And Void Kings. Other than that, I'm optimistic and reserved hype for Superman playing and seeing this film first week. Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Oh, I'll be there opening night. I do want this to be good. I really do. I would love to go sit and enjoy this movie. I don't know. The trailers and stuff so far just aren't doing it for me.
Yeah. And now we find out that he's in this chamber. Is that kryptonite that he's generating there? It looks like to keep Superman...
Looks like, Metamorpho's making some kryptonite there.
That's kind of cool. And who's the ballerina girl to the right? Yep. Well, these are the fun little things that you find out, when you watch the movie. But yeah, so God, look at how many the cells that are in that jail there. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people locked up in there.
Now, is this the government locking him up and smashing him like that? That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment there. Cruel and unusual punishment. Gee.
There's bound to be a ton of little Easter eggs in that scene.
Yeah, there's got to be a ton of characters that are locked up in there, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if Lobo's in there. Yeah, because look how many cells there are. God. So I guess, and this is we get hopeful at the end. Superman. That must be Superman breaking out of that prison, I'm guessing. And then here we go with more loose fitting costumes. Where there's a guy's hair doesn't look as bad there. I guess it's still bad.
Maybe they've tweaked it a little bit to make it look less idiotic.
Yeah.
But yeah, terrific flying around in his little chair.
Little seat, yeah. God, I wish I had a seat like that. Yeah. That'd be cool, yeah.
I don't really mind the look of Hawkgirl either. I think that they've done it pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think it's kind of a hard character to do in live action. Make it look not stupid.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, of course, they could have had the midriff showing, but yep. Oh, good night, Void King. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Yep. And Extreme Meme says, I don't think Superman is covered in the Bill of Rights. Damn Ferners. And this is referencing that war there. I can't remember. That was a recent comic book. I'm forgetting what that war. Yeah. And Deadman saying, yeah, Luthor started off as a mad scientist, then the mad billionaire. Thank you, Deadman. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it kind of changed his portrayal in the comics over time.
That appears to be terrific, and his little seat, his little floating seat,
got smashed
all over the turf there.
Yeah. Oh, and that's that girl that it's got the circular saw for hands. Yeah.
Yeah, engineer.
Yeah. I guess that's quote not Yankee Stadium. But that's
the Meteors.
The Meteors. Yeah. Imagine if Superman was playing baseball, he could do pretty well. Yeah. Well, that's the difficulty with Superman too. Is like finding the villain that can give him a hard time, right? So that's where you need the good story. Yeah. And Deadman wants Hawkgirl looking like she looks like in the animated series. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a tough character to pull off, I think. Yeah. And it does end up on a trailer. Does end on an uplifting. No, yeah. Cleaned your boots. Now go get them. Yeah. So I guess this is after he's recovered from being walloped by something. Yep. And that's back to the, like we all think that's the beginning. The kaiju fight in the beginning. Yep.
Yeah.
Which should be fun. Yep. Oh, new regulations set to begin next week. The Sphere.
That's Christopher Reeve's kid there.
Oh, it is? Oh, that's a nice touch.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it does look like his dad there. Yep, for sure, yep. Well, that's great. I like that. That's a nice little Easter egg, yep. Oh, Big Belly Burger, of course, yep.
Yep.
Big Belly Burger.
I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, I got a big belly. And this, yeah, Green Lantern would be pretty damn powerful, right? I mean, you just flick his wrist and flap. Don't bother me. Yep. And Guy Gardner's such an annoying character too, but it could be interesting. Yep. Yeah.
He'll be comic relief, clearly.
Yeah. I don't know why everyone always wants a Ken Stead. It adds so much to have them, around to support Superman. I agree, yeah. So, and look at, the Batman 66 series. Actually, Alfred was actually dead in the comics, and they brought him back thanks to its popularity in the TV series. I guess. Oh, this is the Daily Planet. It looks like. Oh, look at the Superman. I just caught that. See the Superman doll and the Mego figure in the background there.
Oh, where?
In the back right here.
Oh, yeah.
As a Superman, it looks like a Mego figure to me.
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah. In fact, I think I have that Mego or a similar one. Yeah.
I don't know why he's going nuts here, but and I guess was that supposed to be Kat Dennings or I mean, that's pretty risky taking a selfie with super villain in the background. Not Kat Dennings. What's
Grant?
Cat Grant? Thank you. Kat Dennings is the actress.
Is that her? Yeah. I'm not sure. No. Well,
I wonder who that's supposed to...
If she changed her hair to blonde, maybe that's her. That's hard to tell.
Because in the Supergirl TV show, that was Ally McBeal played her as a blonde. Supergirl, yeah. And I guess this is where is this? Is that Lex's? Oh, there's Lex back there. Okay, so it must be Lex's office. Yep. Luther Corp. Yep. Yeah, Deadman thinks it's Cat too. Yeah, that was my guess. Yeah. Oh, and Kari says, "Oh, I heard the selfie girl is Miss Tessmacher." That could be it too. Yeah, it could be.
Let's see. No,
we know who's playing Miss Tessmacher,
that
right?
Was her. I don't.
We know the actress, right? Because she's listed on IMDb, right?
Sarah Sampaio or Sarah Sampaio.
Oh, Cat Grant is blonde, also in Lois and Clark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying the original. I was just looking at the actress playing Cat, and she doesn't have blonde hair naturally, so I think that was her though.
And we got Superman flying away. Yeah, now we like Superman. We hated him before, but now we like him. He saved us. Yeah. Well, that was the problem with the Man of Steel too. Like Superman was such an unpopular character in his movies. Oh, the photos with her hair dyed, so it could be her. Could be her. Yep.
Okay.
That seems like something more like Miss Tessmacher. I'm thinking about Tessmacher would do. Yep. You've got a dog. Pretty good CGI. No, I'm joking. Yeah, it's obviously a real dog. Yeah. The Mighty Crab Joys. Is that a real band that I don't know. Courtney had to pop out, but I don't know if that's a real band. If someone looked that up, yep. I wonder if that's July 11th, film for IMAX. So,
it's yeah. The only reference I can find to it is to this movie. So,
yeah. Written and directed by James Gunn. Oh, so James Gunn is credited as the writer. Interesting. Yeah.
A fictional rock band known as the Mighty Crowdboys is currently the most consistent connective tissue through the DCU. First referenced in Creature Commandos and expected to appear in Peacemaker Season 2.
One of James Gunn's little inside.
Yeah, so one of his little inside jokes. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe it was like a punk band like a high school band or something, right? Yeah. Our dear departed friend Cardinal Sin was actually in a punk band with Patty Jenkins. He was so he had clips and videos and so he was in a band with Patty Jenkins. Yeah. So Screen Rant saying it's Miss Tessmacher. Okay, the girl with the selfie. Yep. So of course at the end they're picked saying what to read. Superman's Finest, the Grant Morrison, Frank Wyatt, the classic All-Star Superman, and Superman for All Seasons, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. So at least they're promoting some comics, which is good. So we'll see if comic book sales go up. I don't think so, but that's the sad thing is comic books have not been selling. But
well, frankly, I just don't know that there's all that many people who are that excited for this movie that they're desperate to go out and do homework.
Yeah, no, but it'd be nice if they did. If it did encourage people to read some, me as a comic book geek and nerd.
I
but
guarantee you the comic books are probably much better than the movie, but
yeah. All right. Well, we've had a great night tonight. I don't know. Does anyone want any foodery? I don't have much food. Do I have any foodery to do? We want to do an eatery for 2 minutes. Do we have any food? Let's see. I think I did have a couple of quick ones. Then we'll thank everyone and get out the door here. Let's see. I think I do have. All right, it's late enough at night. It'll just take 2 seconds here. We got a couple of quick pictures. Yep. I know Eric K is here, so he wants to see meats, right? So there we go. So here's some meats. Yep. So this is late enough, so hopefully everyone's not too hungry right now. But yeah, so this is some spare ribs. I know you're supposed to probably use those in the crock pot, but I said, let me try them on the grill, and they came out pretty good. Got a little dry, but they were pretty good. Yep. So that was a good meal. Oh, and Eric's should have sent my trip pictures. Yep. So I ordered Chinese takeout, of course. So I got Chinese takeout to last the week. And not again. Now I have to go for ice cream. Says Mark's 47. Yep. Some shrimp and eggplant. I love shrimp and eggplant. The eggplant with garlic sauce. Chicken fried rice. Doesn't always take the best. I love chicken lo mein. Who's a big fan of chicken lo mein out there? Love me some chicken lo mein. And sesame noodles. Yeah, love that. Love the hot, spicy sesame noodles. Yeah.
I prefer my food. I like the rice noodles myself.
You like the rice noodles? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Eric just sent a picture. Cool. Let me show that. Yep. And there's the mushu pork.
Oh, nice.
I love the mushu pork with the pancakes. Yeah. And that sauce, that mushu pork sauce is damn. That's always good. Yep. Oh, meats. Eric K's got meats. So shrimps. Yep. Sorry, Cloudburn Times. I know you're watching down from heaven, but there's some sea bugs. Yep. And this is my wife and. Paris, I guess, I don't know, are those some kind of quiche things or something? I don't know what the heck those are, but they're probably good. Some kind of pastries. And I guess this is some asabuco, it looks like. I got to ask her when she comes back what this was. And here we go. This is what everyone was waiting for. Had mussels. My mom made mussels for dinner last night, so had me over for For some mussels. Yep. I should have sent this to Dad, man. Yep. So we had some mussels. It was good stuff. So let me let's show Eric's meats here. And then we'll get on out of here. Open these up in new tabs. Yep. Now I'm getting hungry. I'm not getting hungry seeing the food I had, but let's see. Open image, a new tab. So, Eric, did you do this on your new pellet smoker? That looks like that steak looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone get really hungry. Oh, cooked really nice too, not overcooked. Yeah. Damn, now I'm hungry. Yeah. There we go.
I need to make a good steak at home. We were
a
couple of days ago. We had some people in town. We went out to Texas Roadhouse, and I got maybe one of the worst friggin' steaks I've ever had in my life. It was terrible.
No.
Oh God. Yeah, you spend $20 on it too, and then you're pissed off all night. You spent all that money on a crappy steak. Well, I mean, part of the problem. I mean, they were crazy busy, and then they brought me my steak, and they cooked it wrong. It was like well done.
Oh,
and then I was trying to get her attention like forever, and then I was like, I give up. I just ate what I could choke down with some steak sauce on it, and
that's the worst. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, because at least if it's undercooked, you can say cook it some more. But yeah,
I mean, honestly, they're going to have a hard time undercooking it for me. But unless it's just raw, I'm probably still going to be okay eating it. But yeah, no, it's
okay. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, yeah, it's just completely absent of any moisture. It's just like
that's a killer.
Oh,
that's a killer. Yeah,
terrible.
Never give up, Professor Ziskate. Yep.
No, I need to make something. I got a lovely flank steak upstairs that I need to cook.
I've got some steak defrosting for tomorrow night. Yeah, because I need that. Yep. And Eclay says Tom smells like turtles. All right, everyone. Well, ending on that note is good, and let me thank, of course, Tom for being here, and thank you, Tom, for the raid. Always appreciate that. And thank you to Professor R2.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you to Dave C for hanging out with us as well. Courtney, sorry, Courtney. I know Courtney just dropped sometimes because of her internet going. Yeah. So she put it in the chat that she might drop. So thank you so much for being here, Courtney. She's always awesome to hang out with. And of course, the Dad Man was here earlier. So thank you, Dad Man. And let me thank my channel members. And all the super chats, the crazy super chats. It was like my birthday tonight. That was insane. But thank you, everyone. So in no particular order, thank you to Wes Cagle, and of course to you, Professor R2, Philip Story, Dadman, Metalorian, Stark of Iron, Nick Weiser, Shooter, DJ Ronnie G, RobAltis, RTNZ, Max Redstone, Christian Delorme, 70s Rock Fan, Dave C, Antiderivative Jill, JT Kirk, thank you, RK, and Brian Hepburn. So thank you to all those channel members that help me out and keep the show on the air, and it's much appreciated. And I keep threatening to send out all that stuff, and it's all done. So I've got to just put it all together. But I finally got all the Doomsday Machines printed, and I printed some extra stuff because I always go overboard. So I've got some cool stuff getting ready to go out to everyone. And of course, Eric, you did get some extra stuff because I had that giveaway with the Daredevil and JT as well too for JT. So, and Tom, I've got something I'm working on for you that you're gonna like. I always tease stuff, but you got something I think you're gonna really think is cool. So we'll have to figure out a time to when I get that all finished to show you. We'll do, maybe I could come on Midnight's Edge or something to show that, so then more people would see it. But I got something fun.
Pooper?
It's a Shrek Pooper. It's even better than a Shrek Pooper.
Oh, better than
it's even better. It's better than a Shrek Pooper. Yep. So, but it's something that I'm almost done with. So, but it's coming out pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So you might like it. Yep. Oh, and Eric K sent me next night's dinner too. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do. All right, so let's let me do that too. Yep. Let me as we're getting out of here, let's show tomorrow night's dinner. Oh, let me do this. Yep. Oh, damn, I'm really freaking hungry now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Eric. Eric, you're not dimensionally challenged, are you? Let's show these. Yep. Let me get my screen share here. More steak. Damn, that looks good. And then this is that a flank steak? Or is that sliced steak? Oh yeah, a steak sandwich. Oh damn. Oh God. Oh, that came out. Go with the you. Oh man, that looks good. That looks good. Good. All right, when everyone go French dip. Yep. Everyone go get some food, and then everyone get on the treadmill after that. Thank you for sending that. Yep. All right, everyone. So everyone knows where to find everyone here, but I'm going to put Professor R2's, well, not your link directly, but you're always on with the Price of Reason. So you can find that. I always love hanging out that Tuesday night show, late night, and Thursday night. So that's when you'll be on Professor R2 Correct with Price during the week, I assume. And of course, everyone here should be sub to Tom and Midnight's Edge, but let me put Tom's link in. The Midnight's Edge After Dark, just in case, or if you're lurking. All right. I got to get to bed, and you guys got to get to bed. I promised getting out of here, and I kept Tom for like an extra 20 minutes. So
that's all right.
Well, now that I'm on summer break, I'm open to some more streams. So who knows where you'll see me for the next few months.
Good stuff. Yep. Excellent. So, all right. Well, thank you to everyone for hanging out tonight. And the super chats. I mean, I've never gotten so many super chats. So, JT, Wes Cagle, RobAltis, Wes Cagle again with multiple. The Dead Man. Thank you, Dead Man. Deeple 101 and Wes Cagle with a $20 super chat. And 6, JT Kirk. You guys are too nice. So, really appreciate you sending all the super chats. Of course, and good night to Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, if you're out there. The Dead Man, Tetrarch of Apathy, Soup Can, RobAltis, Mecha J, Marks 47, and Eric K. I think I got you all. Yep. All right, everyone. So we'll see you on the next Sunday Night Geekery, Toxic Tuesday. What the heck is our movie for Toxic Tuesday, Tom? I'm already forgetting it.
Young Guns 2.
Young Guns 2. Yep, sequel. So we'll see you for Toxic Tuesday and catch Midnight's Edge during the week and look for R2 on the internet even more.
Perhaps.
All right, everyone.
We'll see.
Have fun storming the castle, everyone.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Still here? It's over. Go home.